My name is Fong Qingshan, and I'm locked in my final battle with a giant spirit. The thing is so massive, survival looks impossible. Like, zero chance of walking away from this. So I do what any sensible cultivator would. I blow myself up along with it, burning every last drop of chi in the process. And somehow, I wake up back in high school. I let out a laugh. Haha. Oh. Dead? Good. That guy deserved it. What the? I nearly jump out of my skin. Thought it was thunder or something. Oh, it's just Wong the Sim. Never mind. False alarm, I guess. Apparently, this morning, I confessed to Lin Wanqing for the 7th time and got rejected again. The whole school is talking about it. Everyone laughs. Someone says the slap was hard enough. But maybe my gift was too cheap. They're not wrong. Last time around, I was exactly that kind of simp. With a half-war godfather and a billionaire mother. I could snap my fingers and have any girl throw herself at me. But somehow I got my brain scrambled. Simping for Lin Wanqing. To the point of no return. And because my mind wasn't on martial arts, I wasted my golden cultivation years. I embarrassed my parents and became the whole Daxian nation's laughingstock over dinner tables. I never made it to War God before the final tide. I just burned out and died. This time, no way I'm repeating that. I must have been possessed in my past life, chasing Lin Wanqing and causing all those cringe scenes. That's not even human behavior. All right, I remember now. After the confession, I announced that when Li Wanqing awakens her talent tomorrow, I give her a super gift as a token of my sincerity. The teacher shuts it down. Is this funny? This is a classroom, he says, not a market. He's clearly not amused. Fong Qingshan, stand up. Basic martial arts, crane finger. Even you can catch this. This is our homeroom teacher's signature move. I'm thinking, did I just see a crane dancing in his palm? Fong Qingshan's crane finger is that good? Last martial arts exam. I barely scrapped by at the beginner level. And now, less than a month later, how am I this much better? The teacher turns to Wang Xiqing. What were you laughing at? Wang reports, saying he was so moved by the lecture. His joy overflowed, and he laughed out loud. The teacher explains that all martial arts, based on a practitioner's skill level, are divided into 5 realms. Beginner level, you use 30% of the technique's power. Intermediate level, 50%. Master level, 100%. Transcendent level, 120%. And the peak realm is even scarier, unleashing 200% of the technique's power. He tells us to remember this, because it'll be on the exam. Class dismissed. I glance at some calligraphy. Good word, powerful strokes. It's like swords clashing and horses charging, with an unstoppable momentum. Doesn't make sense. Someone who writes with such sharpness. How can they be a simp? The teacher reminds us before leaving. Be at the track tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp to test our martial talent. A girl gushes. Fong Qingshan was so cool just now. Is it because he got rejected this morning? So he's showing off in front of you? Lin Wanqing says her goal is the top 4 martial academies, and she doesn't want to date too early. I notice Lu Qianqian. She's always so strange, hugging her backpack to and from school, and walking hunched over, wasting that innocent, first love face. If not for her bad posture, she'd probably be school beauty material, just from her looks. I'm such a mess. I've got dozens of brand new magnetic flying cars, sitting in the garage at home. Yet here I am, riding an electric scooter. But this scooter? Heh, it's no ordinary ride. A voice announces, Yago Electric at your service. Remaining range, 11,451.4 kilometers. An electric scooter coming from War God Manor. It's packed with top-tier tech. Someone yells, Fong Qingshan, you've got guts. Confessing to Lin Wanqing again. Want our school's beauty queen to ride your beat-up scooter every day. I see it's Li Jiangnan from class 4. His family runs a factory. A total rich kid. And he's strong too. Having mastered 3 required martial arts. To the intermediate level, the guy he's cornering looks familiar. Isn't that Fong Qingshan, the one who got rejected today? I heard Li Jiangnan's been after Lin Wanqing too. Now, this is going to be good. Perfect timing. I've still got a fire burning from my last life, with nowhere to vent. And a punching bag just walks up to me. I think, laugh now, I'll make you cry. Li Jiangnan says he heard my physical scores are decent, and challenges me to a spar. He throws a tiger subduing king claw. Too slow, subduing tiger? At that speed, you couldn't even subdue a cat. And your stamina is way too low. I shout, hey, don't scratch my electric scooter. Li Jiangnan can't believe it. I didn't even use a martial technique, and I still broke his tiger subduing palm. I sneer, what rank are you to deserve my martial arts? Move this junker out of my way. Don't block me from going home. Li Jiangnan's crew says, Nanji, block him and tow it. Yeah, I bet he won't dare hit it. If he damages it, he can't afford to pay. I don't have time for this nonsense. If they won't move the car's gone. They finally move it. A girl whispers, wow, Fong Qingshan's that strong? That scooter with the ghost fire? One day, I want him to take me for a ride. Ma Xing, you won't mind, right? She adds, you don't like him anyway. Lin Wanxing just hums. Li Jiannan grows, Fan Qingyan. You wait. Once I awaken my martial talent tomorrow, you're dead. I get home, and the staff says, young master, welcome back. Young master, you worked hard today. I tell them I'm not the one who's tired. They stand at the door every morning and evening. I promise to give them a raise. They thank me and cheer. Young master, we love you. Money well spent. Worth more than being a simp who chases a stone skipping across water. I call out, Mom, I'm home. She hears me. In the years before I died, the entire Daxia nation was step-by-step besieged by beast tides. And my father, during that time, fell to a triple S level mutant beast. Not even his body was left. Mom says, son, stop daydreaming about girls. Your dad's talking to you. He's in a newly excavated ruin now, and the signal might cut out any second. Dad starts. Fawn the war god. Hey, not quite yet. Half-step war god, son. Are you okay? You've never joked with your dad like that before. I tell him I'm fine. Then I say, Mom, I'm hungry. I don't want the kitchen's food tonight. I just want your wonton noodles. She chuckles. Look how hungry my boy is. You chat with your father. I'll go boil you some noodles. I asked Dad, I heard the joint expedition team dug up quite a lot of good stuff from the ruins. He scoffs, good stuff? There's tons of it. He tells me, just sets of ancient war armor rivaling SS level martial mechs. 3 of them, no less. I stop him, hold on, Dad. Don't talk about the high-end stuff. If you dig it up, it belongs to the state. We can't keep it anyway. I heard you found a bronze box. Inside it is a stone the size of an egg, right? You didn't give it away, did you? I ask. Good boy, Uncle Chin told you, huh? He says. He mutters that old guy can't keep his mouth shut. There really is such a thing, he admits. But he thinks it looks worthless. Probably just some gemstone ornament, he guesses. He figures I wouldn't like it anyway. He was about to have Uncle Chun take it back for his daughter to play with. No, don't. I blurt out. I actually like it a lot. I tell him he absolutely has to send that thing back to me. Whatever you do, don't give it away. He asks what I'd even do with it. String it on a necklace, Dad. He says I'm awakening my talent tomorrow, and he can't be there to manage it. But he's already got a gift ready for me. Hidden under my bed, he says. You're guaranteed to love it, he promises. He says he believes his son, Fang Zhenhai's boy, won't be mediocre. That black stone in the bronze box. It only appears rarely in the oldest ruins. At this point in time, nobody's discovered it yet. Its real use is to unlock a second talent. It's called a talent spirit stone. Natural crystal. Only S rank and above spirit beasts produce it. A blurt out come out. Its effect has a certain probability. It can raise a rank and below martial talents by 1 whole level. This natural crystal, my dad got it after repelling an SS rank raging sea shark. Then he showed off 2 sets from S rank deep sea beasts. Too bad my past self wasn't ambitious enough. I gave it away to Lin Wanxing back then. For others, it's all about luck. But in the future, they'd already figure out the correct usage of natural crystal. For me, it's a 100% success rate. Sun up this early? My dad asks. Practicing breeding technique. Well, the sun's rising from the west, he jokes. My mom says I seem different somehow. Yes, the young master is so diligent, the maid chimes in. With my current physical strength, I can barely manage to cultivate. This dragon snake breathing technique I created in my past life. Just half an hour of practice. Boosted my stamina to 1.32 already. Aha, the young master is amazing, the maid cheers. Quick, wipe your sweat, she says, handing me a towel. Young master, time to brush your teeth. I say I'd rather wash my face and brush in the pool. Young master, we're coming too. They shout. Someone whispers, look, here comes that simp Fong. Laughter erupts all around. Shoo, keep it down, another says. Don't you know, that simp Fong beat up Li Jiangnan from class 4 yesterday. That's impressive, someone mutters. Did he give up after the rejection and pop some pills? They speculate. I guess the same thing. Otherwise, how could he blow up a car? They wonder. Wonder how he'll grovel today, someone snickers. Lin Wanxing, the school beauty, walks over. Why are you so late? She snaps at me. Hurry up and bring out our breakfast. Wanxing and I are starving. Hey, Fang Qingshun, she calls. What's with that look? Stop dawdling. You want to starve Wanxing? She demands. I tell her I haven't eaten breakfast yet. And I'm actually a bit hungry. Is it because I rejected you yesterday? She asks. So you won't take care of me anymore? Fang, stop hiding it, her friend chimes in. Just bring it out. Someone says they heard. That my breakfast is made from BT class beast meat. Precious beyond compare. Did you switch to a new breakfast today? They tease. Trying to surprise the school beauty? Yeah, let us see to another jeers. Lin Wanxing glares at me. Weren't you saying yesterday you'd give her a gift today? Surely it's not this breakfast, she scoffs. Want breakfast? I reply flatly. Then go buy it yourself. Can't afford it? Then starve. Reject a confession and still want free stuff? That's just pathetic. She warns me that if I keep acting like this, she'll be angry. I shrug and say I don't give a damn if she's mad. I toss a warm breakfast to Lu Qingxian instead. I've already eaten, I tell her. She recalls how in old Huang's class yesterday, he quizzed me. And if I hadn't reminded her of the answer, she'd have been punished to stand. This breakfast is my thanks, she says. I say that anything I give never gets taken back. If you don't like it, toss it in the trash. And if not eating throws off your talent test, don't come crying to me. She nods and takes a bite. It's good. Thank you, she murmurs. Lin Wanqing says to ignore that childish fool. You must be hungry, she says to her friend. I specially bought this from Dragon Phoenix Restaurant. Made from D-rank beast meat. Li Jiangnan scoffs and says nobody wants his breakfast. Wanqing has no appetite. Then I'll eat it, he says. You don't mind, do you? He nods enthusiastically. Someone mutters that Dragon Phoenix is the best restaurant in the city. How can it be worse than Fang Qingqian's home cooking? Did you buy this from street stall? They sneer. Li Jiangnan glares at me and says, Fang Qingqian, just wait. The principal announces, I now declare, the 36th martial talent test of Binjiang No. 7 High School now begins. We'll start with the elite class, to set a good example. A student sighs, wishing they could be in the elite class too, because students there can almost guarantee entry into top martial arts universities, maybe even the 4 great academies. I'm so jealous of you, Wanqing, someone says. Lin Wanqing says if anyone is jealous, it should be of Lu Qingxian. Despite her family being so poor, her stamina already matches mine, and she's top of the class in dance. If she awakens a B rank or even A rank talent, a dance talent, I imagine she'd become the school's priority student overnight. Lin Wanqing smirks at me. After the test, you'll regret everything. You said yesterday you'd give me a big gift, huh? Let's see if that gift impresses me. Playing hard to get with me? Huh? The teacher tells the students that after the test, some ordinary class students might awaken A rank, or even S rank talents, a one-night rise to the top. But some elite class students might awaken disappointing talents, or even none at all. He hopes that no matter the outcome, everyone keeps a positive and determined heart. Someone gasps as Principal Chun actually flies into the air. Is this the grace of a B rank sky dancer? They whisper. I want to train hard too, another vows. To become a powerful dancer someday. I mutter to myself, this old guy still loves showing off. Principal Chin spots me and thinks, isn't that old Fong's simp's son? He wonders how I have such sharp eyes, almost feeling like I see right through him. Strange, am I just too tired? He muses. My eyes must be playing tricks. The teacher instructs the students on the awakening stage to calm their minds. Nostrasotes, place both hands on the central metal sphere, and quietly feel the energy flowing inside. Oh my god, someone exclaims. On the very first test, they actually got a B-rank talent. They figure that by the next exam, he'll easily make the top 10. The teacher congratulates him on awakening a B-rank combat talent. Elemental affinity, lightning. And it's a lightning combat talent too, they add. What insane luck, someone mutters. Lightning element is wild and fierce, extremely high attack power, and it also tempers the body. He's really hit the jackpot. Next group, the teacher calls. An old man chuckles and congratulates Principal Chun. Congratulations. So many good martial seedlings have appeared here. Principal Chin humbly says it's thanks to him overseeing Jiangnan province and developing the province's economy. Living standards have risen. Physiques have improved, and that's why awakening rates have surged. The old man laughs and says he's just a bootlicker. Too bad on such a big day. Fang Wuxian is on a secret mission for the nation and missed it. If he could be here, we could let the students see the true presence of our Daxiao war god. Principal Chin agrees, saying what an honor that would be for the students. The old man recalls that if he remembers correctly, the war god's son should be awakening today too. He mutters that the kid is a hopeless romantic. Only problem is that stubborn streak of his was aimed at all the wrong things. I hope he awakens a decent talent and puts that energy into martial arts instead. She huffs. Men are all pigs, she mutters. Back in the old days, he never would have let me go hungry. This milk tea, he'd have scampered over to hand it to me without a second thought. Fang Qingchun, you don't look nervous at all. She says I seem way more confident than during my confession yesterday. Oh, and by the way, if my attitude yesterday upset you, I'm apologizing right now. Sorry about that. You're not actually mad, are you? If you've cooled off, can I have a sip of your milk tea? And there she goes, putting on a show for me. If this were my past life, I'd be licking her boots again, no question. But it's just a talent awakening. You put your hand on it, and boom, results. What's there to be nervous about? And Lin Wanqing, are you so hungry you've lost your mind? Why would I be carrying 2 cups of milk tea? Huh, I actually did bring 2 cups. Looks like I overestimated Fong the dog. He didn't even last half a day before he's back to licking. To be fair to young Master Fong, the school beauty is just too good at this game. Gotcha, you little punk. She thinks she's got me figured out. Given your terrible performance today, after I drink this, I'm gonna ice you out for a few days as punishment. Lu Qingxian, this milk tea is for you. As your desk mate, buying you a cup of milk tea is perfectly reasonable, right? I'm not thirsty. She pushes it away. The straw's already touched your lips. Now no one else can drink it except you. I hear that if your body's dehydrated, it can mess with the accuracy of your talent awakening. Always the liar, she mutters. Big idiot. Who shoves a drink at a girl so roughly? Too bad it wasn't him that day. Man, our school is so stingy. Can't they just set up a few more awakening altars? With this many people, when is it going to be our turn? What do you guys know? Awakening altars are incredibly expensive. They're the pinnacle of all human technology. And the energy materials needed to power them can only be harvested from A-rank beasts and above. These 10 awakening altars were all sponsored by Linjiang City's guardian, Fang Zhenhai, the martial god Fang. Martial god Fang's surname is Fang. Fang Qingqian's surname is also Fang. What a coincidence, Fang Qingqian, that useless simp. If he were related to martial god Fang, I'd be shocked. Haha, I awakened a combat class C rank. Talent, Swift Evening Star. Did you see that? I awakened a combat talent. And it's C rank, endless possibilities. What a clumsy attempt to hide it. He's probably panicking on the inside. Congratulations, I say flatly. Classmately, but this is Class 7's area. I hope you can return to your formation. Don't disrupt the order. It's all Fang Qingqian's fault for being such a letdown. He's never been like this to me before. He's the one who made me angry, and this is the result. Damn him. I'm gonna make you pay. The roster calls out, Class 7, Lin Wanxing, Gu Tingting, Che Qi, Su Rue. Step up for awakening. A giddy snicker escapes someone. Wanxing, it's finally our turn. Hurry this way. She lets out a displeased snort. Fang Qingqian, I hope after I awaken my talent, you're still this calm. The school beauty is about to awaken. Aren't you gonna watch? You've been simping for so long. Your progress bar is almost full. Really not gonna simp anymore? Yeah, not today, I think. I finally made it out. I am who I am. My name is Gu Tingting. I'm not anyone's sidekick. A short, questioning huh? The second A-ranked talent. Laughter erupts from the faculty. Looks like the top spot for Linjiang City's first martial high school this year. Should go to our number 7 high school. Excellent. Number 7 is a land of outstanding talents. The kids are doing us proud. Old Chun, after I get back, I'll take care of increasing your school's teaching budget. Whoa, Tuesday awakened an A-ranked talent. That means our school only has one school beauty left now, and that's Lin, the school beauty. Wang Qingshan was right to simp for her. That dog has a good eye for people. Combat class A-ranked talent. Clone. Honestly, it's just average. Kind of a lame duck ability. Compared to ordinary combat class A-ranked talents. It only undergoes a qualitative change when it evolves to S-rank twin. That's when it becomes something special. In my past life, I used a natural crystal to promote her A-rank to S-rank, shooting her straight to the top. But this time around, she could dream on. Cheers and laughter fill the air. Oh my god, an A-rank talent. You're amazing. You really are my best friend. I'm so latching onto your coattails. Fang Qingqian's milk tea tasted pretty good, didn't it? Too bad I've awakened an A-rank talent now. Fang Qingqian will come back to me. You won't get to drink it ever again. Fang Qingqian, you were pretty cocky just now, weren't you? Daring to reject me in public. I can't wait to see how you're going to apologize to me later. Just to cool me down. Never thought Lu Qingxian had such a girly side. Compared to her martial arts talent, it's a real strong contrast, huh? Lin Wanxing. You think just because you awakened an A rank, you can treat Lu Qingxian like a pushover? Wanxing, I knew you'd be the most promising one in our class. But even though you've awakened an A rank, don't get lazy. Cherish your talent. Practice martial arts diligently. Don't get distracted. And definitely don't fall in love. So frustrating. Clearly I'm this outstanding. This year in Linjiang City, or even Jiangnan Province, there probably won't be anyone with a higher talent than me. So why hasn't he come to apologize yet? Class 7, Lu Qingxian. Lu Qingxian, no need to be nervous. Having drunk my milk tea, I guarantee you'll awaken an S-rank talent. If that's not enough, I'll make up for whatever's missing. Just a little bragging. But thank you, she whispers. I'm going up now. You're next after this. Good luck to you too. I get the feeling he's not as withdrawn as he was in the last life. He's being pretty chatty. It's Lin Jiang number 1 high. Number 1 high actually has someone with an S-rank talent. 10 genius students with A-rank talents. Can't compare to one prodigy with an S rank. At this year's Linjiang City 5 high joint exam, number 7 is going to lose again. Doesn't matter, they're not from our school. And number 7, I'm still the most dazzling genius. Big liar. Am I dreaming? Another S-rank talent. Isn't that your so-called withdrawn girl, Lu Qingxian? I hereby declare, Lu Qingxian is the one and only goddess of our school, rising above all the school beauties. In my past life, my eyes were truly glued to my feet. If I had chosen someone else to pursue, would my ending have been less tragic? Special bulletin. Congratulations to Class 7 student Lu Qingxian for awakening combat class S-rank talent. Ice Master. See? I called it. My breakfast and milk tea had some magic in them, you know? You're a big shot S-rank talent now. Please take me with you. Thank you, Fang Qingqian. You really didn't lie to me. If I hadn't awakened to talent, I really don't know what I would have done. Had a good cry? If you haven't, don't bother. My uniform is soaked through. Sorry, I dirtied your uniform. I'll take it home tonight and wash it clean for you. I offer to take her clothes home tonight and wash them for her. I curse myself. Fang Qingqian, you absolute scum. Making the goddess Lu wash your clothes willingly? They mutter that Lin Xiaohua and Lu were both blocked by this jerk. I think to myself, hey, that little girl's pretty impressive. Old Chin's finally moving up in the world. Someone like the Soldier Lord, so ruthlessly skilled in combat. And even he stumbled upon such a talent. Now it's my brat's turn, I suppose. I mutter, please, just give your old man a little face. I can barely hold my head up around my old buddies anymore. Someone calls out, hey old Fong, your son's about to awaken. I tell myself to relax. Panicking won't help anything here. Old Chin's daughter already awakened a B-grade talent. She's off to Dragon Snake University now. I think, easy for him to be relaxed, right? Oh, and that thing inside the bronze box. My son's taken a liking to it. Wants to string it up as a necklace. So don't bother saving it for your girl anymore. Ling Yun, I never expected my alma mater, after all these years, to produce another S-grade martial talent in a little kid. The last one to awaken an S-grade talent was my good son-in-law Jinhai, 20 years ago. That brat Qingxian, if he had even half the drive his father had back then, he wouldn't be mocked and stuck in his sorry state. He shames our Tang family. Father, Qingxian, he's still young, she says. His character's not fully formed. Mistakes are inevitable. As long as he learns from them, that's what matters. I can feel he's already started to try. He got up to practice martial arts early this morning. He scoffs, just a whim, 1 day of diligence. And he thinks that's a real transformation? Probably back to 3 days fishing, 2 days drying nets. With his 1.3 physique, built purely on resources. My Tang Yuhao could crush him with one finger. Qingxian won't be worse than Tang Yuhao, she insists. Little sis, since you're so confident in your son, dare to make a bet with me? If he awakens a B-grade talent or above, then the Tang group shares promised him. I'll double them out of my own pocket. But if he doesn't, well, then he's not qualified for any shares. Just give them all to Howard instead. She huffs, father, big brother. Since you two already planned this out, just say it directly. No need to beat around the bush. I'll take this bet for Qingxian. And if he loses, I'll resign from all positions in the Tang group. Ling Yun, your brother didn't mean anything by it. This is for Chun'er's own good. He's worried about your son's current character ruining the family foundation. Yeah, little sis. That's exactly what I meant. Afraid he can't handle it. Tang Bingyan has led the Tang group all these years, and she's never gone back on her word. Working for the Tang family so long. I'm a little tired. Time to fulfill my duty as a mother. All right, Qingxian's about to awaken. Finally, it's my turn to awaken. Let's get this done quick so I can go home and start cheating. Fang Qingxian, you can awaken too. An S-grade talent. If it's not enough, I wonder what I'll use to make up the difference. My path of finishing blows in this life truly begins right now. Ah, 7 colored light. What kind of talent is this? 7 colored light. I studied that during the Sui Tang exam last time. A rule-type talent. Good son, Dad knew it, he shouts. Dad knew it. My Fang Jinhai's son is inferior to no one. He laughs heartily. Family head, Qingxian, he actually awakened. A rule-type talent. Since ancient times, rule-type talents are at least A-grade. No wonder he's the son of the martial god Fang. A tiger father doesn't have a dog son. Our Tang family's vision was too narrow. Virtue doesn't match position. The wealth we have now is overwhelming. It brought us to heights we don't deserve. Father, I'm a bit tired, she says. Don't bother me with group matters for a while. And big brother, don't forget the shares you promised Qingxian. Ling Yun, university break is coming soon. Your nephew Howard will be back. Bring Qingxian to the old house sometime. The two brothers haven't seen each other in a while. She acknowledges with a sigh. I have my own hardships too. Ling Yun, I hope you don't blame your father. Breaking news. Congratulations to Fang Qingxian of Class 7 for awakening. An A-grade rule-type talent. Simplification. Simplification. What a strange rule-type talent, Fong. How did he awaken this? The talent simplification. It allows wearing and learning martial weapons and techniques one grade above your level. This bizarre rule-type talent doesn't seem all that impressive, right? Even if you can learn techniques one grade higher. So what? If your comprehension isn't there, can you actually master the technique? It's just a useless talent. I feel that familiar TF energy coming back. Hee. Fong Qingchen just made a huge splash. Don't you have anything to say to my Wanshi? I'm telling you, if you apologize and confess now, Wanshi might actually say yes. Fong Qingchen, congratulations. We can enter the martial elite class together. You'll have to take care of me from now on. I'm really looking forward to your gift. Can I see it? Look, Lin Xiaohua's making the first move. That dog Fong is definitely going to show his true colors. No kidding, who could resist that? Lin Xiaohua's too smooth. I say, the room's got everything you need. Just grab it yourself. She sputters, you bought that. I ask, what dish to cut? Everyone gasps. Is this still Fong Qingchen? He really stood up for himself. Is this the confidence that talent brings? I remember Gu Tingting's physique wasn't bad. And yet, that barely passing martial arts student Fong Dingchen knocked her flying in one hit. Lu, I say, save the congratulations. Just wash my school uniform clean. Someone barks. So you're Fong Qingchen? It's you, Fong Qingchen. You're under arrest for suspected intentional hit and run. Come with us. I think, oh crap, this is bad. How are they going to arrest anyone now? Fong Qingchen is the golden boy of number 7 high. And besides, Principal Chun Guorong is a retired military big shot. With him protecting, no one can touch Fong Qingchen. I need to tell Uncle Jean quickly. Xiaoli, pull his file from the archives. Call his parents. Tell them to come to the station to discuss compensation. 2 Lamborghinis wrecked. Time to start saving for a new house. Cuff him. Case closed. I insist, I haven't committed a crime. According to Daxiao law, you have no right to arrest me. He mutters, kid's got some skills. But we have witnesses and video. No room for your excuses. Now I'm adding resisting arrest to your charges. I gape. Captain Jean, wait. It seems we made a mistake. Let me handle the arrest. This is a top secret person. Li Qinggong, are you trying to get me killed? He stammers. Yes. Principal Chun, you're right. About this false report. I'll investigate and handle it strictly when I return. I guarantee Brother Fong an explanation. Anyone who dares slander me, Brother Fong is going against me. Evil deeds will never be tolerated. Principal Chun, if there's nothing else, we'll be going now. I think this kid only knows how to read novels. Never learns the good stuff. He has to copy that crooked-mouthed Dragon King routine, hiding his identity at school. If he gets caught and taken to the security bureau, I think about how embarrassing it would be for Dad's reputation if this went public. But I reassure myself, Uncle Chun is still here to handle things. If I get arrested right at the school gate, that's a whole different level of humiliation. I joke that it'd be even worse for his face than mine. Uncle Chun laughs and says the investigation is already wrapped up. He explains that Li Jiangnan's family account is involved. Apparently, a compensation payment was deposited last night. But his family hasn't even checked it yet. Fong Qingchen is declared innocent. And there's more to the story, he adds. Fong Qingchen is the first student in Linjiang City in years to awaken a rule-based talent. He's a martial prodigy, the kind that only comes around once a generation. Given what happened today, Uncle Chin suspects someone did this on purpose. He thinks they wanted to shake the very foundation of Linjiang's martial world. The impact is severe, he says. They have to strike hard and fast, and investigate every last detail. Another officer confirms the order and promises to complete the mission. They head off to Li Qinggong's exploitative factory to make an arrest. I shift gears and start explaining today's hot topic to everyone. Rule-based awakeners, I say, are all the rage right now. In the martial system I'm describing, both martial arts and equipment have strict tiers. From basic martial arts to the strongest 3S rank, it's a gradual climb. There's no shortcut, no way to cheat the system. The idea of a useless martial artist suddenly getting a 3S technique and dominating is absurd. Complete nonsense, really. The reason for all this, I explain, is the yuan inside every warrior. This so-called yuan is invisible and intangible, but exists inside every awakened martial talent. As a warrior's strength level increases, so does the yuan inside them. That allows them to equip stronger weapons and techniques. I note that it's oddly similar to leveling up in an online game. And I drop the punchline. Rule-based talents are meant to break those very rules. Take my A-rank talent, Simplification. It lets me forcibly learn first-level martial arts, even before I become a proper first-level warrior, and equip first-level equipment too. Sounds decent, I admit. But compared to other insane rule-based talents like time distortion or matter conversion, it's just a crude boost to external force, not true power from the root. So I rate Simplification as basically useless. But then a voice cuts in, says I'm not wrong. But what if I evolve that A rank talent into S rank? The thought makes me grin. The upgraded version is super simplification. It lets me learn and wear martial arts and equipment 2 whole levels above my own, completely unaffected by normal limits. I hold up a D rank weapon, the blood red sword. It's made from the hardest bone joint of a D rank beast. I chuckle, feeling the weight in my hand. Now, with super simplification, I can take down first level beasts, fully armed with low rank gear from head to toe. Just then, a servant calls out, says Grandma wants me for dinner. I acknowledge it, then add a request. Tell the steward to bring me a bottle of life essence from a storeroom, also a bottle of sun essence, and a dose of EG longevity extract. Send it to my room after the meal, I say. The servant nods and agrees. My dad, Fong Wuxing, jokes about what treasure I found today. I play along, asking what treasure. He laughs and says no treasure can compare to his son. He's beaming, saying I made him proud today. Apparently, right after my awakening, his phone started blowing up. He asked if I used the natural crystal. I nod and tell him I did. He asks how it went. I shrug and say it didn't really do much. He tells me not to take it too hard. Says the success rate is low, so failure is expected. I cut him off and say, wait, what? I said it succeeded. I announce that my martial talent is now an S-rank rule-based one. Super simplification, I say proudly. He claps me on the back, calling me a clever kid. He marvels that it's an S-rank rule-based talent. Says it's way stronger than his own combat type one. He asks if the effect is powerful. I downplay it, saying it's not that impressive. Just lets me equip weapons 2 levels above my rank. He picks up the phone and calls Xiao Wang. Asks if the inventory list has been submitted yet. He starts correcting the count, claiming the number of war god armors was wrong. Says it's not 2 pieces, but only 1 was excavated. He lectures the younger guy to be more careful at work, and to have ambition, or he'll never become a good director. A girl thanks me for the breakfast and milk tea. I brush it off, saying it's nothing. I'm about to eat. Then a kid's voice comes through the phone. He says his sister wants to treat me to a meal, claims it's her first time inviting a boy, and tells me not to be ungrateful. I chuckle and agree, asking when. I hear Lu Qingli in the background, saying she's tagging along to freeload. The girl says, after the general exam. Then she hangs up. I tell my parents to keep being lovey-dovey. I'm heading back to Cultivate. As I leave, I overhear my mom ask my dad if he's noticed a change in me. She says the steward told her I asked for life essence on my own, something I never did before. And she asks if he heard me make plans to eat with a girl. She mentions Lu Qingxian, my desk mate, the girl who awakened an S-rank talent. My dad says he never doubts my judgment. Says I'm an adult now, so they just need to support me from behind. I laugh softly, then throw myself into practice. I execute the blue dragon steps on the C technique. Then follow up with divine dragon swish's tail. And dragon fights in all directions. I gauge my physical condition. Even if I'm not at 1.4 yet, I'm close. In the classroom, someone mutters about watching. Another girl asks what she's staring at. They gossip that she ate the breakfast I brought, and even offered to wash my clothes. They say they can't compete with that kind of behavior. Lin Wanqing catches the last part and asks Gu Tingting to repeat herself. Gu Tingting stammers that she didn't say anything, claims it was a mishearing. Later, Tingting whispers to a friend that she almost felt like I'd executed her on the spot. She says it was terrifying. She admits that Lu Qingxian is now the strongest in the class. Predicts she'll take first in the afternoon martial exam. Says the other girl is no match for her. But someone scoffs, saying they want to see who gets first. Then they spot Li Jiangnan. Word is he has a grudge against Fong Xingchen. His family's been ruined lately. Someone says they were reported for tax evasion. Now they're bankrupt and facing jail time. Li Jiangnan begs Uncle Chun for mercy. Swears he'll never pursue Lin Wanqing again, pleading for his family to be spared. He claims his dad only evaded taxes, but says they're trying to destroy him completely. I recall that Li Jiangnan is the jealous type. But when it comes to big moral issues, he's clear-headed. In my past life, during a beast-tide invasion led by STE Society, he fought alongside a 5-star war saint. He fought bravely until he ran out of strength, and died without a complete body left. I sigh and tell him to stop crying like a baby. I say I had nothing to do with his family situation. But the innocent will be cleared, and the guilty won't be spared. A servant wonders how I knew they'd be here. Another says the war god knows I don't like a fuss, so there's no reason to tell the old master. They remark that I'm kind-hearted. Then they say they'll let Li Jiangnan off for my sake. Li Jiangnan thanks me for sparing him and his father. He says he won't compete with me for Lin Wanqing anymore. But on the martial path, he won't lose to me. The teacher calls for everyone to sit on the cushions. The exam is about to start. Multiple choice questions first, the teacher announces. Good, the exam begins now. The martial arts exam has 3 parts: physical fitness test, martial arts test, and combat test. The final score is the combined result of all 3. This is terrifying. Lu Qingxian right now. She's definitely the strongest in our class. Rumor has it she'll take first place in this afternoon's combat exam. Someone says I'm no match for her. First place? I want to see who actually gets it. Isn't that Li Jiangnan? Apparently, he has a grudge against Fang Qianxin. His family's been having a rough time lately. Word is someone reported them for tax evasion. They've already gone bankrupt, and now they might even face jail time. He bows and scrapes. Brother Chun, I was wrong. He swears he'll never chase Lin Wanqing again. He begs me to spare him, to spare the Li family. He insists his father only evaded taxes. But they're forcing him to throw his own dad under the bus. Li Jiangnan is the jealous type. Still, when it comes to right and wrong, he knows where to draw the line. In my past life, during a beast tide led by the STE Society, he fought alongside a 5-star war saint who came to assist. He charged into battle bravely and died from exhaustion, completely obliterated. I tell him, hey, big man, what are you crying for? I honestly had no idea about his family's troubles. But the innocent have nothing to hide. Any real crimes his father committed won't be forgiven, but he won't be framed for things he didn't do. Someone mutters that it's strange how the young master knew we'd be here. The war god knows the young master doesn't like attention. No reason to tell the old master. They note that the young master is still kind-hearted. Out of respect for me, they decide to let him off. Fang Qianxun thanks me for sparing him and his father. He says he won't compete with me over Lin Wanqing anymore. But on the martial path, he won't back down. The teacher tells everyone to sit on the meditation cushions. The exam is about to start. Multiple choice questions, apparently. Great. The exam begins now. The martial arts exam is divided into 3 parts. Physical fitness test, martial technique test, and combat test. The final combined score determines everything. This test will determine whether you make it into the martial arts elite class. The first exam begins now. The fitness test. Students whose names are called step up for the test, one by one. Zhao Qi's peak punch force, 700 kilograms. Sustained punch force, 500 kilograms. Composite average full force, 600 kilograms. Composite speed, 12.5 meters per second. Neural reflex speed, 120 milliseconds. Fitness score, 1.13. Someone cheers. Lin Wanqing's composite punch force, 980 kilograms. Composite speed, 16 meters per second. Neural reflex speed, 99 milliseconds. Fitness score, 1.3. I wonder if that's the power of an A-rank martial talent. A 1.3 fitness score. That would rank in the top 10 of the martial elite class. Lu Jinxian, I told you, my clone talent isn't necessarily weaker than yours. The rivalry between these girls is strangely intense. In my past life, after Lu Jinxian awakened her S-rank talent, I don't recall Lin Wanqing ever targeting her like this. After regaining my consciousness, why are they suddenly at each other's throats? Last time around, even with my help, Lin Wanqing barely managed to push her A-rank talent up to S-rank, twin birth, and even then, she only managed to draw with Lu Jinxian. That's because Lu Jinxian, lacking proper nutrition early on, overconsumed her own potential, forcing her fitness up too fast. She never fully unleashed the true power of her S-rank Soldier King talent. Nice, staring at her legs without blinking. As expected of Fang the Simp. Fang Qianxun, I just show a little of my strength. And you can't keep up the act anymore, can you? Out of consideration for your awakened rule-type talent, I'll forgive you this time. Lu Jinxian, you don't really think you're that charming, do you? Lu Jinxian says she'll wait and see my performance later. Hey, Wanqing, you're really amazing. Fang Daxi's eyes are totally glued to you. They'll be wrapped around your finger this time, no doubt. Mom was right. Men really are all the same. The moment they see a pretty girl, their eyes go stiff. What's going on? Why does Lu Jinxian look so bitter? The examiner calls for candidate Lu Jinxian to come forward for testing. Fang Jinxian is told to get ready. The next test. She mutters, impossible. With my blood-flesh clone helping me cultivate strength, how could I be worse than him? Pre-invasion composite full force, 1.1 tons. Lu Qingqian's fitness score, 1.32. Someone remarks that Wanxiu Lu Qingqian beat her by a tiny margin in every category. What a coincidence, Lu Qingqian. She says she won't give up so easily, especially not to me. Lin Wanqing tells me not to block her way. It's her turn to take the exam now. Rule-type talent. She tells me to throw a punch. Ever since I became a C-rank innate martial artist, I haven't really thrown one in a while. I kind of miss it. Someone gasps. Such a strong punching technique. Fang Qingqian's fitness has improved massively. Someone mutters, impossible. With an S-rank talent boost, it's one thing for him to surpass me, but his simple talent can't possibly match my training efficiency. My god, last test, his peak full force was only 1.1 tons. Now it's jumped to 1.5 tons. Even on drugs, this is insane. The teacher says the kids are getting ahead of themselves. It's still early. I finish up and pack it in. Fang Qingshan's peak full force, 1.5 tons. Sustained full force, 1.5 tons as well. Someone mutters, is this guy even human? 6 punches per second, each at peak power. I can't accept this. How is this simp's fitness always this ridiculously good? The examiner asked me to wait before leaving. They want to check the force tester. They say the data from earlier, well, how to put it, seems a bit abnormal. I raise an eyebrow. You don't have that much faith in your own school's equipment? The examiner confirms the force tester is working fine. There's no issue with Fang Qingshan's results. They tell me to proceed to the next test. I fire back. Test when you say test. Stop when you say stop. Since you're so good at messing with people's heads, why don't you check the other 2 testing machines? Right now, too? Save us the trouble of you thinking the machine is broken. After I finish testing, the examiner stammers, no, that won't be necessary. They tell me to just continue my exam. Teacher Zhou Chunlei snaps at me. Watch your attitude. Don't think you can bully everyone just because you've made some small progress. That doesn't work with me. He orders me to go test my speed. The examiner tells me to assume the correct posture. I smirk. I like this posture. He signals, begin. What a coincidence. It turns out Class 7, packed with martial prodigies, is doing their tests right now. Well, since I'm here, might as well watch. Muscles tight like a drawn bow. Movement sharp like a snapped string. Someone mutters, solid martial fundamentals. Says he was far worse at this kid's age. Wait, no. This kid is Fang Qingshan, the one who awakened an A-rank rule-type talent. A simple talent. Zhou Chunlei said his fitness was superficial. His foundation unstable. He mutters, this is more like reinforced concrete. Foundation unstable, my ass. Composite speed actually hits 22 meters per second. That's even higher than Lin Wanqing's score. Looks like my fitness score will be top of the class again. Zhou Chunlei sneers to himself, rule-type talent. So what? He says he has plenty of ways to mess with me. The martial techniques test and combat test coming up later. He promises I'll have a rough time. He's just waiting for me to fail. I smile. These old-fashioned methods are nostalgic. The last time I tested neural reflex speed in my past life was probably when I advanced to Martial Saint. Zhou Chunlei mutters, this kid has some skill. Composite speed this fast is almost catching up to the top 5 students in the martial elite class. He says I have good potential. The examiner tells me to prepare for the test. Someone mutters, Fang Qingshan sure got lucky. How'd he even dodge that? He mutters, I clearly adjusted the firing interval. How could he possibly evade it? Last time, he was way worse than this. How did this piece of mud suddenly improve so much? He insists it must be luck. No way. But another observer notes, this footwork and body movement. He's fully integrated the first-rank martial technique, serpent flexibility, with one of the 9 basic techniques, the lost step. And he's using them so smoothly. My God, how is that possible? I didn't expect this kid to be such a natural at body techniques. He says I'm probably comparable to the grade's top student, Wang Hao. Too bad my martial talent is at a disadvantage. At the same fitness level, going up against Wang Hao's combat type A-rank talent, I might not have an advantage. Someone whispers, he's really amazing. And compared to his punch force and speed, it seems neural reflex speed is his true strength. During that test, he barely even went all out. But I tell myself, I will catch up to you, Zhou Chunlei. I wonder if my score this time counts as real or not. Zhou Chunlei mutters, damn, what happened to this kid? Even on drugs, he can't be this strong. And what's with that look in his eyes? He wonders, did he notice something? He mutters, impossible. Another examiner asks, Fang Qingshan, why aren't you sitting back down? They call my name, Fang Qingshan. Teacher Zhou will calculate your fitness score. They reassure me, don't worry, we're the proctors. With us here, there won't be any mistakes in the results. They ask me to return to my cushion and sit down, take a rest, and prepare for the next exam. I shake my head. Misfortune has no door. People bring it upon themselves. I mutter, you've chosen a narrow path. Fang Qingshan's fitness score, 1.42. Lin Wanqing asks, are you trying to prove yourself? And then wait for me to regret it and apologize to you on my own? She says I'm wrong. She never regrets anything. In the upcoming martial techniques test, she says she'll show me the gap between us. Next, the announcement comes. The martial techniques test begins. Everyone clears the area. The teacher announces that everyone should clear the training ground now. I think to myself, opening with a nuclear option, huh? They've matched those 2 together. This is going to be good. The teacher announces Lin Wanqing's opponent is Lu Qiqian. He says Lu's physical stats are a bit higher than hers, but he tells her not to be scared. He mentions Lu's grades in the 9 required martial arts. Last test, they were only slightly better than hers too. He cheers her on to show her stuff with money or something. The exam rules are the same as before, he says. In martial arts exams, students can't use their innate talents. Each martial arts sparring session must last at least 5 seconds, and no more than 10 seconds. No hitting vital sports. Stop once clear. The test begins. I get the feeling there's some personal grudge between those two. He looks at me. What are you looking at? Fight, he says. What's going on? I've been using my flesh clone every day, focusing mainly on mastering the crane finger technique. By now, I should be at the master level. So why am I still struggling against him? Lin Wanqing calls out, Lu Jinxian, are you going easy on me? She says she can take a loss. She doesn't need his charity. I watch and think, truly gifted. I only showed him the moves once, and he's already integrated it, pushing his crane finger proficiency from proficient to transcendent. Someone who's suffered life's hardships, but hasn't lost their innocent heart. With someone like that, when the apocalyptic beast tide comes, I can really trust them. Lin Wanqing, though, her princess syndrome is acting up again. Time to up the dosage. Everyone murmurs, incredible, before the martial exam. He's already trained basic martial arts to transcendent. We can barely reach mastered. Comparing people just kills you. That's a genius for you. The gap between us and them will only grow. Someone says no need to compare with them. Can't beat them? Then compare with Fang Qingchen. Don't look at his high physical stats, they say. In a martial test, his true colors will show. Someone tells me Lu Qiqian's martial arts are amazing. I'm no match for him. But they say not to lose heart. With my clone talent, I'll catch up soon. Besides, losing to him isn't shameful. I'm still second in the class. Everyone else is far behind us. Lin Wanqing mutters, before, when I rejected him, he'd recover in a day. This time, he's held out for 4 days. And even throws a tantrum, she huffs. I'm hoping this holds out until the holiday field combat training. I won't beg to team up with her. She wonders why I'm so calm. Am I about to give up again? She thinks she owes me a lot. If my grades are still bad this time, she'll help tutor me. But with so many people around, she'll tell me when she treats me to dinner tonight. I blink. How did I not notice? Was Zhang Dafei always this brave? What kind of karma did I rack up in my past life? To have a 1.2 physical stats weakling try to bully me, Zhang Dafei? The teacher warns Zhang not to go easy on me just because I'm weak. Otherwise, it'll affect his own test score. He says friendly help isn't shown here. Zhang nods. He says got it, Zhou Chunlei. He'll give it his all. The match starts. With a 60 millisecond neural reflex speed, I can't even dodge one move. Just like the rumors say. All stats, no combat. Terrible. And I thought he had potential. Someone sighs, a rule-based talent, wasted. Wasted indeed. I mutter, too slow, and this is supposed to challenge me? This is the Fuhu Overlord Claw. The fierce tiger style, but I'm improving faster than I expected. Faster than my dangerous side. She thinks, good thing I didn't tell him. Otherwise I'd be embarrassed. A murmur goes through the crowd. What's going on? Why hasn't Fang Qingchen's score come out? Someone jokes that the school's crappy server crashed. The examiner Zhao Chunlai calls out, hey Fang Qingchen. Who told you to hit so hard? Injuring Zhang Dafei. As the head examiner for Class 7, he has the right to terminate my exam and nullify my scores. I counter, Zhao Chunlai, Zhang Dafei himself said. Fists and feet have no eyes. My martial arts aren't perfect. He's not skilled enough either. Can't hold back. That's not my fault, right? Zhang Dafei speaks up. He says just now, Fang wasn't trying to hurt him. It was his own fault for not controlling his force. Using wrong power led to the dislocation. He apologizes to me. He tells Zhao not to be so harsh. Since Zhang says it's fine. My exam continues. Someone mutters that the teaching system seems broken. They'll report it up. Everyone is stunned. Fang Qingchen, always at the bottom of the class, barely passing the 9 basic martial arts in just 1 month, has caught up to top students Lu Qiqian and Lin Wanqing. They reach transcendent because that's their current limit. But me? That's because the system's max evaluation is transcendent. The system calls for me to continue matching. A buddy whispers, go easy on me, brother. Let me get a good score. He says when his sister comes back from college, he'll introduce her to me. I tell him it's on me. Just go all out on me. But remember, don't resist. The test begins. First event, Fuhu Overlord Claw. He says, careful, I'm coming. I explain the essence of this martial art. Tiger steps with tiger claws. Scar-faced, Zhou couldn't teach it right. So I'll do it. Tiger step, tiger form. Tiger claw, wait. He lights up. Haha, so that's it. I get it. I finally get it. He whispers, brother, too many people here. When it's quiet, I'll kowtow to you. Next is Crane Finger. He says, got it, Godfather, no mercy. Hit me hard. Everyone gasps. All 8 basic martial arts, all at mastery. This Fang guy was hiding his skills deep. A martial arts master. Fooled us for 2.5 years. The school announces congratulations to Fang Qingchen of Class 7. All 8 martial arts are broken through to mastery, setting a new midterm record. If he breaks through basic swordsmanship to mastery, his name will be engraved on Linjiang No. 7's Dao Seeking Bell. The bell is an ancient relic, origin unknown. Only those who make great contributions to the school or achieve mastery in all martial arts before the exam. A prodigious talent, qualified to have their name engraved. Over the years, Linjiang número 7 has trained countless outstanding figures, but only one person has earned that honor. The half-war god Fang Zhenhai. La Wangxing tanks impossible, absolutely impossible. How could he suddenly be so strong? But so what? Zhao Chunla mutters, you're in class 7. No matter how good your grades are, they count under me. This is all performance. A windfall of performance. Lin Wanqing thinks, is this the surprise you gave me? She admits she didn't see it coming. But it's just a way to please her. She knows what I want to hear. So she decides to play along. She says, Fang Qingchun, congratulations. You're about to break the midterm record. A dragon hiding in the deep. Startling the world with one cry. Right now. Shouldn't you say to me, short-sighted, don't bully the young when they're poor? The others snicker. Fang Qingchun's really showing off now. He's got a strong hunch. I think, yeah, I really do. Right about now, the timing is perfect. Aren't you supposed to look at me and say something like, you're so short-sighted? Or maybe, don't bully a young man just because he's poor? Fang Qingchun's really showing off now, acting all high and mighty. My intuition is screaming that something big is about to go down. I can already tell. His next move is probably another confession. And this time, the school beauty Lin Wanqing definitely won't say no. They say the saga of Fang the Simp is about to end. She thinks if I actually confess to her right here, she'll say yes. But then she worries that accepting would make her look shallow. So she wonders if maybe she should keep rejecting me instead. It's a moral dilemma over a simp she doesn't even like. I thank her for the congratulations, as coldly as possible. Then I ask if she's still dreaming. What does my martial cultivation have to do with her? I point out that my martial progress is none of her concern. And why would I say those sappy things to her anyway? Does she seriously think I cultivated all this power? Just to impress her? Please. I tell her to read fewer web novels. Someone in the crowd calls me a role model. Fang Qingchun, thank goodness you don't actually read those novels. Or they call you the Dragon King, reincarnated. Someone mutters that old saying about fair weather friends. You know, abandon me at sunset, don't come crawling back at dawn. I tell her to move aside if she's done. Other students need a test. The martial exam is still running, after all. I tell her to get lost. She sneers that I'm trying to play the good guy on her turf. But she says it's useless, no matter how much they simp for me. My test scores are still credited to her. Soon, the entire number 7 high school. No, every school in Linjiang City. The whole education system will know that the second student to carve their name on the Dao-seeking bell was taught by me, Zhou Chunlei. This is going to mean a promotion and a raise. Zhou Chunlei, martial instructor of Class 7, introduces himself to the officials. He greets Vice Principal Huang with a bow. Fang Qingchun, you actually broke the school record. The new teacher, Huang, is gushing. You're incredible, he says. I wave it off. I say, hey, Teacher Huang, don't flatter me too much. I was just practicing casually, and then somehow I mastered everything by accident. It's not that I'm that amazing. I owe it all to my classmates for making me look good. Zhou Chunlei starts taking credit, saying I'm proof of his teaching. I shut that down fast. No, don't go throwing words around carelessly. I'm not taught by Zhou Chunlei. And furthermore, during my neural reflex test just now, someone subtly adjusted the equipment, which seriously interfered with my exam. I request that the leadership investigate and get to the bottom of this. And give me an explanation. Vice Principal Huang roars. Who dared to abuse power like that? Who's got the balls to sabotage a student's exam? This person is trying to destroy Linjiang No. 7's martial arts department. He demands a thorough investigation. Swift and strict. He says he'll go to the surveillance room personally right now. Zhou Chunlei panics internally. Impossible. I just made minor adjustments. That tiny speed difference. Even I wouldn't feel it if I were in there. How could he have noticed? He's completely baffled. Teacher Huang reassures me. Fang Qingchun, don't worry, with me here. Any injustice you've suffered, I will investigate thoroughly, and I'll make sure you get justice. He confirms that what I said is correct. The historical records he pulled up show Fang Qingchun's neural reflex test did have abnormal data. The interval speed of the test marbles was manually altered, deviating from the preset parameters. But the culprit was clever. After the test ended, they adjusted it back. It's a flaw in this batch of testers. A student mutters, that bastard. No wonder my martial scores never improved. He never had any intention of actually teaching us, just scheming with all these crooked tricks. Another agrees, yeah, this rotten apple deserves to be kicked out. And they praise me. Fang Qingchun is awesome. To detect such a subtle difference and remove a pest for our school. Zhou Chunlei starts pleading, no. It's me, Fang Qingchun. He's framing me, he says. He thinks if he just crushes the controller in his pocket and destroys the evidence, the school can only expel him at most. He won't face any further consequences. I yell out, watch out, the controller's in his pocket. He's about to destroy the evidence. I shout for Instructor Song to restrain him. The test parameters have changed. That's him operating it remotely. Vice Principal Huang shakes his head in admiration. Truly, the younger generation is formidable. Not only did he achieve 60 millisecond reaction time, despite the equipment being tampered with, and master every martial art, but his observational skills are razor sharp. He says for me, he sees the shadow of Fong the war god. Young man, I have high hopes for you. He declares that our school's elite martial class will become great again with my arrival. Lin Wanqing whispers to herself, Fong Qingxin has really changed. She almost doesn't recognize him anymore. Her friend says honestly, the two of you do match well now. Lin Wanqing mutters, match well? She says her life goal is to reach the highest martial peak. So her ideal partner would naturally be the most dazzling. A rising martial star. Fong Qingxin is handsome and rich, but if his martial arts were weak, he'd never be in her consideration. She admits that by all logic, she should be happy he's not chasing her anymore. But somehow at some point, she got used to the convenience Fong Qingxin provided, no matter how many times she rejected him. Within 24 hours, he'd show up at her desk again, full of energy, with a fragrant, nutritious breakfast. And because of that, she turned down all the rich boys from other classes, even the geniuses from the elite martial class. Now she wonders, should she regret it or be happy? I rally my crew. Let's head to the back mountain shooting range. Time for sword test and combat drills. Someone announces the sword test starts now and calls me up first. Fong Qingxun. Everyone applaud. They cheer for me to show the other classes what real skill looks like. They declare that today, number 7's number 1 will be crowned. Internally, I'm panicking. Dude, in my past life, I was a melee fighter. When I died, my basic swordsmanship was still at the beginner level. Teacher Huang asks me to demonstrate for the students. Says he wants to bask in the glory of witnessing a new record. I smile nervously at Teacher Huang. I tell him I need to give him a preemptive warning. A precautionary shot. My skill level is pretty average. I still have a lot to learn. So when the results come out, don't blame me. My current swordsmanship should just barely reach the Grandmaster level. He says since we're at the same level, he wants to see the gap between us. I think to myself, I haven't touched this stuff in 20 years. But one principle mastered, all principles follow. With my past life's war, saint-level vision, and experience, even though I never practiced swordsmanship, my results shouldn't be too terrible. I remember my past life teammate, known as the Southwest Sword God, held a bow in his right hand and a sword in his left. He'd bow at the waist, level the shot, and fire an arrow that flew 80 kilometers like a meteor, instantly piercing an S-class beast. That's the experience of my predecessor, standing on the shoulders of giants. Even a slight move reaches heights no successor can achieve. Someone snickers, idiot, you're holding the bow backwards. They conclude I really don't know swordsmanship. Ding Wanqing is asked by another teacher, is that how he usually holds his sword? She confirms no, he's used a left-handed bow before, but never this archery technique. The teacher muses that every genius has their own understanding of martial arts and will forge their own path. Maybe Fong Qingxun feels a right-handed bow suits him better. He then turns to the class. Students, see that? That's a genius for you. Learn from him. They all cheer. Awesome, the big shot really is different. One says he can't even shoot a left-handed bow properly, but another points out he missed the target. Someone retorts, what do you know? He's demonstrating for us, spoon-feeding the lesson. And if you can't understand that, it's your loss. The arrow flies like a meteor, crossing 80 kilometers in an instant. It punches straight through an S-rank beast in a single shot. This is what it means to stand on the shoulders of my past life, using everything my former self learned. Even if I'm barely trying, I'm already reaching heights no one else can. But someone mutters that I'm holding the bow backward. Idiot. Turns out the guy doesn't know a thing about archery. Then the teacher calls out Ding Wanqing. She asks if I always hold my sword like this. She wonders aloud if my bow is backward, or if one of the other teachers, Zhou Chunlei, deliberately taught me wrong. Ding Wanqing defends me. No, I used left-hand archery before. She says she's never seen me use a technique like this. But then the teacher declares that every genius develops their own understanding of martial arts and carves out their own unique path. Maybe, she says, I've decided that holding the bow in my right hand suits me better. She turns to the class and says, you see this, students? This is what a genius looks like. Everyone should learn from him. A few guys start cheering. They say I'm incredible, not like the rest of them. One admits he can't even shoot straight with a left-hand bow. Another points out that I missed the target. Someone else snaps back that the first guy doesn't know anything. He insists I'm just demonstrating for everyone, like handing them the answer on a silver platter. And they're too dumb to take it. The chatter settles as I stand there, wondering how my accidental miss became a teaching moment. Well, at least I'm not getting laughed at this time. Well, turns out the Southwest Sword God, who fought alongside me my whole past life, was actually left-handed. I sigh. It's lonely at the top. Fine, I'll just learn on the fly. Can't be that hard, right? Wait, a right-handed bow can look this cool? I'm definitely switching to right-hand training. Forget everything else. Just the way he shoots is already sword god material for our school. Number 1, sword god of number 7 high. Someone scoffs. This pathetic simp. What a joke, they say. Another voice cuts in. Who do you think you are, you nobody? My bro Chun is none of your business to rate. I'm Jean Dafei from number 7. Get lost while you still can. Jean Dafei? Never heard of him. Then someone introduces him properly. This is Liu Tianming from the elite martial arts class. B-rank talent. A genius. Physical score 1.55. Great achievement level basic swordsmanship. The real number 1 sword god of our school. Got it now. Recognize me now? He asks smugly. Liu Tianming, B-rank talent, eagle eye. Dynamic vision. He could track a bullet's trajectory. Not only can he dodge attacks easily, but combined with his swordsmanship, he's a real threat. This is bad. Liu Tianming ranks in the top 10 of the elite class. He's also one of Lin Wanxing's admirers. Keeps asking her out. Though I don't think Li Wanxing ever said yes. Rumor has it his dad's some city official, and his mom's family is loaded with connections. Fang Qingchen might have some martial skill, but facing him, probably not a winner. Hey, classmate, someone calls out. This is exam time. Go back to your class area. It's Vice Principal Huang, but Liu Tianming just waves him off. Fang Qingchen's already done his test. Chatting with him isn't against the rules, is it? School regs don't say I can't talk to a student who's finished. Just stick to being vice principal, he threatens. Or my dad can have you removed with one word. I tell myself not to get worked up over trash like him. Just a dog barking, I mutter. Teacher Hao, don't let this guy ruin your day. Liu Tianming gives me a sharp look. What's with that glare? Mad I called you a simp. Just because you awakened some garbage rule-type talent, you think you're hot stuff? He turns to Lin Wanxing. Wanxing, come on. Tell him, isn't he a simp? But Lin Wanxing shoots back. Liu Tianming, what does this have to do with you? Getting joy from putting others down? That's low. I guess I was right not to say yes to you. Some people might be rich materially, but their souls live in the slums. I blink. Wait, that's not right. Last time around, she definitely didn't say that. Is the script changing after my rebirth? I pipe up. Liu Tianming, anyone can brag. You think my dad can't get yours kicked off the council with one word? Right, classmates? I add, grinning. And suddenly a whole crowd backs me up. Liu Tianming scowls. Class 7's gone crazy. They're all following this simp. Wanxing, what's gotten into you? Why are you helping this loser? Don't let him fool you. Rule-type talent is pure garbage. And everyone knows Fang Qingchen's martial arts are weak. I can take him one-handed. Give him any talent, it's wasted. What, am I wrong? He challenges. But Lin Wanxing stands firm. Liu Tianming, whether Fang Qingchen's talent is good or bad, it's not for a B rank like you to judge. And not just him, I won't let anyone bully any of my classmates in front of me. Leave. Now. I shiver. Why did it suddenly get so cold? Then I see her. The one who must have awakened S-rank talent. Liu Qingxian. She's here to back me up too. Since I was class 7 this united. Liu Tianming sneers at me. Fang Qingchen, hiding behind girls? Are you even a man? I shrug. Your eyesight's bad. I'm not standing behind them. I know a good optician. Mention my name, you get a discount. He sputters. You what? I cut him off. Liu Tianming, you came here just to bark? If you got nothing else, let's spar. He laughs. Oh, the sun rose from the west. Fang the simp actually wants to spar. I'm not Li Jiangnan, that waste with a 1.1 physique. I can crush you with one hand, you simp. I turn to Vice Principal Huang. Principal Huang, if I spar with classmate Liu here on school grounds, that's not against the rules, right? He nods. Not at all. We're a martial arts school. We encourage Jitsu for mutual improvement. Just keep it light. Point to point. Leave the rest to the teachers. Don't worry, I assure him. Definitely point to point. Women really do hold grudges. Huh. Liu Qianming's got a tough body. If I want to knock him down, I'll have to beat him so hard his own mom wouldn't recognize him. Lin Wanxing calls out, Fang Qingchen, be careful. Stay safe. I think back. Li Wanxing, where's that fierce, rebellious side you showed before? Bring it out. That's the real you. Did I just unlock a new way to get her hooked? Liu Tianming snarls. Enough pretending. I'll smash your face in. Eagle Eye's dynamic vision is impressive. I'll give him that. But too bad. Seeing a bullet's path doesn't mean you can dodge it. His Bajiquan axe kick is powerful, but that's about it. With my movement and speed, I could easily avoid it. But I won't. Let him feel what real power gap means. He scoffs. Clever tricks. You think you can counter me? All flash. No substance. Can't even dodge. Fang Qingchen, don't think blocking one move means you're safe. I won't hold back anymore. This is something I figured out from great achievement level basic swordsmanship. Sword fist. D. I roll my eyes. So much blabbering. Wait, did he just say sword fist? He freezes. Impossible. What do you know that move? Damn, his body's tough. Next time I'll use my foot. The crowd gasps. If I remember right, isn't Liu Tianming a top 10 elite class student? How did he lose in the blink of an eye? Was that Bajiquan's discussion of swords just now? Amazing. While we're still practicing required school martial arts, he's already studying others. What kind of motivation did Fang Qingchen get to improve this much and change his whole personality? I'm really curious. Fang Qingchen, how much are you hiding? Lu Tianming demands. What was that technique? It looked just like my sword fist. I shrug. None of your business. Point to point. Done. He sputters. The teacher said point to point. I wave a hand. Relax. If anything happens, I'll step down as vice principal to protect you. When he says that, I know I've got a future here. Lu Tianming snarls. Don't get cocky, Fang Qingshun. You hurt me. I won't let this slide. You wait. I'll get you back. I hold up a hand. Whoa, hold on. You're playing possum. I let my guard down. You got lucky with a sneak attack. And my real specialty is swordsmanship. You dare wait till I'm healed and fight me for real. Loser kneels and calls the winner Grandpa. I blink. Is he serious? Lu Tianming, who just got flattened, is challenging me to a rematch? Well, this should be interesting. I can already imagine his face when I beat him again. But I keep my cool. Fine. Name a time and place. He grins. Next week. Same spot. Don't you dare chicken out. I nod. Wouldn't miss it. The crowd murmurs. They can't believe I accepted. Some think I'm crazy. Others think I'm bluffing. But I know exactly what I'm doing. This time, I'm not the same old simp. Let him come with his swordsmanship. I got a few tricks up my sleeve he won't see coming. Lin Wanqing looks at me with concern. Are you sure about this? I give her a reassuring smile. Trust me. She nods slowly, still unsure. But I can feel it. Things are different now. I've got allies, and I've got resolve. Lu Tianming walks off, limping, but with a smug look. He thinks he's got me cornered. Little does he know, I've been cornered before. And I came back stronger. Vice Principal Huang claps me on the shoulder. Good match, kid. I nod. Thanks for letting it happen. He grins. I had a feeling you'd handle it. Teacher Hao gives me a thumbs up from the side. Even some of the other students look at me differently now. Not bad for a simp, huh? I head back to my class area, feeling the shift in energy. Lin Wanqing falls in a step beside me. You've changed, Fang Qingshun. I chuckle. For the better, I hope. She doesn't answer, but her silence says enough. The rest of the day passes in a blur. I can't stop thinking about the rematch next week. But I'm not nervous. I'm ready, because this time, I'm fighting for myself, and I'm not losing. The bell rings, and students start packing up. I gather my things, feeling lighter than I have in days. Lu Qingxian catches my eye and gives a small nod. She's on my side. That's huge. As I walk out, I overhear whispers about the fight. Some still call me a simp, but fewer now. Others say I've got potential. I smile to myself. Potential? I've got more than they know. The road ahead is clear. Cultivate, grow, and never look back. First step, win that rematch. Then, take on the world. I head home, my mind buzzing with plans. Tonight, I'll train harder than ever. Tomorrow, I'll be unstoppable. The sun sets, but my fire only burns brighter. This is my second chance, and I'm grabbing it with both hands. Let Lu Tianming come. Let anyone come. I'm ready for whatever's next. Because I've got nothing left to lose, and everything to gain. That's the thing about dying once. You learn what really matters. And right now, what matters is becoming the strongest version of me. No more simping. No more regrets. Just pure, focused cultivation. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. The path is set. The journey begins. And I'm walking alone, if I have to, but with friends like Lin Wanqing and Qin Xian, maybe not so alone. Either way, I'm moving forward. One step at a time. One punch at a time. One victory at a time. The old Fang Qingshun is dead. Long live the new one. I laugh to myself as I turn the corner toward home. Life's funny that way. You die, you come back, and suddenly everything's possible. I can't wait to see what happens next. The night air is cool against my skin. I feel alive. Really alive. And that's all that matters. Tomorrow I train. Next week I fight. And after that, who knows? But one thing's for sure. I'm never going back to who I was. This time, I'm writing my own story. And it's going to be legendary. I grin as I step through my front door. Let the games begin. I'm Fang Qingshun, and I'm just getting started. I spot a bottle of skeletal muscle molecular fluid. One sip, and it supposedly repairs bone and muscle tissue in seconds. A single bottle costs tens of thousands of yuan. That rich bastard really does have too much money. The system announces, candidate Fang Qingshun hit the bullseye 60 times. My basic swordsmanship is ranked as flawless mastery. Sure, it's not grandmaster yet, but still, damn, that's impressive. They mutter about my arrow speed, and how I still manage to be this accurate. Too strong, they say. Someone claims that Brother Chun sacrificed big to demonstrate the right-handed bow technique for everyone, even giving up his chance to engrave the Seeking Path inscription. Greatness needs no further explanation. They can't believe I've also polished basic swordsmanship to this level. They call me a monster. Someone gripes that even with their 1.55 physique score, they can't beat me. They wonder if I've pushed 8 extremities fist to Grand Mastery. But that's not even a required martial art. How could I possibly have that much time and experience? Impossible, they insist. Absolutely impossible. I hear someone, Lu Tianming, say he admits my close combat is impressive. That losing to me like this just doesn't sit right. He claims he's not convinced, not scared. He announces that in a martial arts test just now, his basic swordsmanship was the first among this year's students to reach Grand Mastery. If I can beat him in swordsmanship, then he'll accept it. From then on, wherever we meet, he'll kneel and call me Grandpa. He says he's not trying to bully me. He'll give me a whole month to practice. A swordsmanship duel works for me, I say. But the loser's punishment, isn't that a bit tame? I propose we up the stakes, since both sides end up as the loser anyway. Why not add more? Whoever loses not only calls the other Grandpa, but also shaves their head bald. And 1 month is too long. Let's make it 7 days. He laughs, daring me to accept. I tell him those are his words, and that everyone on the range is a witness. 7 days from now, when our off-campus combat training officially begins, that's the day. He calls my name, Fong Qingshan, says I should get ready to be bald in front of the whole school, and start calling him Grandpa. Lin Wanqing says I'm too impulsive. She admits I'm not the same person now, but tells me there's no need to be this cocky. Lu Tianming has the Hawkeye talent enhancement. His bullseye accuracy can even hit 90%. Even if I barely force my basic swordsmanship to Grand Mastery, I'll still lose on bullseye count. She offers to cancel the duel for me if I regret it now. I think to myself, something's off. Very off. At a time like this, shouldn't she be acting aloof and superior? Stepping forward to mock me like she did in my past life? Then ruthlessly PUA me for 2 whole lives? I still can't figure out this Lin Wanqing. Sure, in my previous life, she collected plenty of simp tributes. She even ended up with a natural crystal. But I never heard of her actually accepting gifts from anyone. After she ascended to S rank, with her dual talent unlocked, she went all in on martial arts. Too strange, I mutter. This fake kindness is just a trick to lure me back into being her simp. Absolutely no way. I tell her, classmate Li Wanqing, this is my personal business. Nothing to do with you. Just take care of yourself. Her friend snaps back. What do you mean by that, Zhang Jichen? She says Li Wanqing came all this way to help me out of kindness. And I don't even appreciate it. She asks if I have any conscience at all. I think, oh, she's upset now? The grievances I suffered in my past life were 100 times worse. If she had just firmly rejected me once, not left me even a shred of hope, then in my previous life, my achievements wouldn't have stopped at just S rank. A 10-star martial saint. Hell, I could have become a double S rank martial god, relying on an A rank simple talent. I could directly equip a 3S rank combat armor, wield a 3S rank divine weapon, even swap my underwear for 3S rank grade. By then, the double S rank beast I fought to the death in my past life. That violet lightning mad dragon would be nothing but a toy to me. Li Wanqing asks what I just said, says she didn't catch it. Tells me to say it again. I quickly mumble, nothing, I said nothing. The news spreads, Fong Qingshan, from the elite martial arts class, has a swordsmanship duel with Lu Tianming. Loser gets their head shaved and has to kneel and call the winner Grandpa. Principal Chun calls it nonsense. He says Fong Qingshan must have lost his mind. Lu Tianming is the most talented swordsman among this year's students, a prodigy who's already reached Grand Mastery. To compete with him in swordsmanship, he asked if I think I'm my father, Fong Jinhai, and to bet this big, if I actually kneel, the whole ground in Linjiang City would shake 3 times. And Lu Tianming, he warns him too. Fong Qingshan is not someone he should mess with. He says Lu really doesn't fear death. No way, the duel must be canceled. He decides to call Councilman Lu to rein in his son. Cancel the duel. I hear someone else, Lu Buliang, call him Old Chun. He says by now I must have seen the news online. Demands an explanation. Tells him not to cover for me, just because I'm a rule-type A-rank talent holder. Chun Guorong fires back. Who is he covering for? Says he's at a provincial meeting and just found out himself. And from what he's heard, Lu's son has always been arrogant and pushy at school. He's the one who bullies others, not the other way around. And now he wants an explanation? What explanation? Chun says Lu better cancel the duel, or it won't end well for him. Lu Buliang demands to know what he means by that. His son sparred with me and ended up with full body bone fractures. And he calls that bullying? He asks if Fong Qingshan is Chen's son or his dad. That he protects me this much. Cancel the duel? Lu says it's impossible. If Chun dares to interfere, he'll go to Chairman Sure for a ruling. Principal Chun mutters, am I dreaming? Lu Tianming got beaten up by Fong Qingshan? He laughs, wondering if they're messing with him. He chuckles, good, Wang Jinhai, you dog. Your genes are strong. Your son is even fiercer than you. He says this rascal has fooled all of us all these years. Someone asks him what he's laughing about. He apologizes, just remembered something funny. Couldn't hold it in. Lapse in composure, sorry. Principal Hong asks if he thinks their school's S-rank talent. Zhang Rushuangis en .75 physique score, in 4 basic martial arts at Grand Mastery, is not impressive enough. Or if their school has hidden talents even better. If so, he challenges them to show it. Chun scoffs. Only 4 martial arts at Grand Mastery? He says he doesn't mean to target anyone specifically. But honestly, that's pretty trash. Chairman Hong gets angry. You could say anything about food, but not about people. Since their number 1 high school's Jiang Wushuang is trash in Chen's eyes, why not let the talents from number 7 high school show their faces? Let everyone here see what real genius looks like. Chen says something about not showing the king to the common. If he shows them now, he's afraid it'll scare them. And when Jiang Wushuang finds out that kid's current martial stats, his martial heart might just shatter. After all, they're all martial seeds for Daxia. He claims he values talent. Someone laughs. If Chen Guorong doesn't have a genius to show, you should just keep quiet. No king, no king, they mock. Chen says the meeting is over. There's stuff to do at school. He won't stay. Hong Wen, the Linjiang City Martial Arts joint exam. Isn't it coming up soon? He says I'll see who the real king is then. I'm left wondering what just happened. The scene shifts to the school hallway. Someone murmurs that this is getting out of hand. Li Wanqing looks at me with an unreadable expression. I wonder why she's so invested in my business. Lu Tianming struts past, smirking. He whispers that 7 days isn't enough to save me. I just shrug. We'll see. My phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. It reads, "Don't back down now, Fong Qingchen." I don't plan to. The bell rings. Class ends. I gather my things and head for the door. Wang the Sim catches up, asking if I'm serious. I tell him I've never been more serious. He shakes his head, says I'm crazy. Maybe I am, but crazy might just be what I need. I ask if the big event isn't happening soon. He says that's when I'll see who the real king among them is. I wonder what's going on. I get the feeling this old guy is hiding something. I mutter that he's probably trying to set me up. I tell myself there's no need to fear him. I remind myself that when you have absolute power, all schemes look ridiculous. I note how confident he is. He claims there's no real talent left among them. Then he pauses and corrects himself. There's one more. He says it's me, Fong Qingchen, with a rule-based A-rank talent. He calls my ability simple. I shrug inwardly. Nothing special about it, apparently. He dismisses me as having nothing but martial talent. I hear him say I'm not worth paying attention to. Someone brings up the Linjiang City Martial Arts joint exam and mentions Chen Guorong. The teacher announces today's martial test results for me, Fong Qingchen. He warns everyone to be careful. He tells them not to let anything slip. He reminds the class that the school has already issued a gag order. He explains that as long as the news doesn't leak, everyone in Class 7 who has awakened their talent will be unconditionally selected into the martial elite class. To those who haven't awakened, he says not to be disappointed. He promises the school will recommend them based on their scores to the best cultural universities in the country. He asks if they can do it. They shout yes, and he says good. He announces a 10-minute break. Then he says the practical combat test will begin. He calls out my name, along with Du Qingxian and Li Wanqing. He tells the three of us to follow him. I tell Teacher Huang I already know what he wants to say. I explain that once today's test scores are announced, I'll be surrounded by countless auras of glory. I note that the news is already sealed. I wave off his need to comfort me. I say old Chin's little schemes inside his head are practically written on his forehead for all to see. I add that there's no way I wouldn't know. I figure I'll just play along and perform for him. I think about how great honor and great disgrace don't show on my face. The teacher mutters that my mental fortitude is terrifying. He admits that over the past 2 years, he feels like he never truly understood me. He wonders why my physical fitness is so high. He ponders how my breakfasts were always so delicious, and those strange little gifts I gave him. He asks where I bought them. He whispers to himself about what happened to me. He promises himself he'll find out. The teacher tells Wanqing and Qingxian that as the school's obvious aces, the school will heavily cultivate both of them in the second half of the semester. It won't only be free, but they'll also receive basic cultivation resources regularly. He adds that the monthly incentive money will be doubled. He especially mentions Qingxian. Given her family's financial situation, the school will waive all her fees, and her younger sister has been specially admitted to number 7 high school. I tell that silly girl not to wrap herself so tightly anymore. I say that's not good for a girl. I explain it'll affect her development and ask if she understands. I say go on, cry, don't hold it in. I insist that crying is poison-free. I add that this is the detox phase. I reassure her no one's laughing at her. When her tissue runs out, I offer my school uniform. I say if the shirt gets too wet, she can use my pants. I promise we'll find something that works for her. She calls me an idiot. She mutters that no girl would use a guy's school uniform pants to wipe her tears. I overhear Wenxiang say that even though this isn't her first time here, she still feels scared. She complains that this place is way too creepy. She wonders if the mutated beast for this practical test is still the slime monster. She says that thing is so disgusting. She grumbles about the school too. She argues that we're just students, not even martial artists yet, and we have to fight fierce mutated beasts. She exclaims how dangerous it is. The teacher explains that in the first year of the martial era, when the beasts invaded, after mastering the secret of martial awakening, martial high schools were set up worldwide to cultivate martial talent. He says true martial experts can never be raised in a greenhouse. He declares that real combat is the only benchmark of martial arts. He continues, saying so-called martial arts means struggling against heaven, against earth, against people, and against mutated beasts. He addresses those classmates without martial talent, telling them not to think battle has nothing to do with them. He warns that when the nest is overturned, no egg remains intact. He adds that if one day, powerful mutated beasts and a beast tide surge into the city, at that moment, will the beast care if you're a martial artist? He answers himself, no, they won't. He says they'll mercilessly tear apart your spouse, husband, parents, children, and you, right in front of you. So he urges everyone not to complain later. Instead, pick up your weapons and fight hard. He says to hone yourselves for the future, even if that day really comes. Even if the outcome can't be changed, you can at least tell yourself before you die, I did my best. He finishes by saying there will be no regrets. He orders all students to the preparation seats. He tells us to wait for the teaching system to call out our numbers. I hear Lin Wanxing taunt Qingqian, saying in the last test, "It took her a minute to kill the slime monster." She admits she lost fair and square. But she declares that this time, Lin Wanxing won't lose again. She says that's true even if Qingqian is an S-rank talent. She turns to me and asks, who I think will kill the beast faster, her or Qingqian? I retort that it's their speed contest and has nothing to do with me. I ask why she's asking me. I say, of course it'll be Qingqian. Her face alone gives her the win. I ask if she knows the value of an S-rank martial talent. Lin Wanxing smirks and says I'm not confident in him. She challenges me to wait and see. I sense something's off. Why is her reaction so flat? I feel like this Lin Wanxing is more dangerous than the one I knew before. The teacher announces the start of the practical combat test. He says it's divided into a talent group and a regular group. I realize this separates students with martial talent from those without. He starts with the regular group test. I hear them say the test uses the mutated slime monster. I think to myself that they find that disgusting, but they haven't seen tentacle monsters yet. I recall how those things wrap around you and burrow everywhere. I mutter that's the real thorough experience. Some girls whisper that I've gotten even better looking. They murmur in agreement. One says she heard I don't chase Lin Wanxing that much anymore. She giggles that her chance has come. Another jeers about Lin Wanxing being the cold school beauty. She asks if she's still so aloof now. She guesses she must be regretting it deeply. They shush each other and giggle. The teacher announces the talent group test. He says the mutated beast this time is the twin-headed terror crocodile. I remember from my past life that in this test, someone accidentally damaged the electronic collar sensor during the fight, which caused the electric current system to malfunction. I recall it led to a major accident. I know the twin-head crocodile bit a B-rank female student to death. I remember old Shun got demoted over this. I note that all teachers present were dismissed. I think her name was Tian Xiaoming. She had a support-type B-rank talent, Insight. I feel that, for both public and private reasons, she shouldn't have died. I recall that an SS rank war god once, with the help of an Insight talent teammate, learned the weakness of an SS rank beast and killed 3 of them in a single go. I think to myself that my little sister has hit the jackpot meeting me. I declare her life is mine to save now. The teacher asks the students if they're scared facing such a fierce mutated beast. Some girl whimpers that she's terrified. She shrieks that it's way too scary. She worries about getting scarred if it bites her. Another girl laments that she's never even been in love. She groans, how unfair, asking why they make a timid girl like her face a beast. She complains that she should be wearing her favorite white stockings, handing out bandages from a safe distance, and let the big shots handle the rest. She pouts that fighting is the worst. She says she wishes she had a stylist to just tap them away. I admit she's really good looking. I note her waist-to-hip ratio and those long white legs. I think, no wonder she's a combat type A-rank talent. I say she's born for battle. I add that she has very few flaws. I conclude she has looks and strength. I joke that if I were a guy, I'd simp for her too. I'm supposed to be wearing my favorite white stockings, standing far back, while the big shots do all the dirty work. I mean, I should just be cheering them on from a distance. Leave the rest to them, right? Fighting? Ugh, I hate it. Worst part of the day. I wish I could just grab a stylus and tap each beast away like it's a mobile game. But I have to admit, she is really something to look at. That waist-to-hip ratio, those long, pale legs, they just go on forever. Well, she is a combat type A rank talent, after all. Born for battle, through and through. And her flaws? Barely worth mentioning. Good looks, real skill. She's got the whole package. If I were a guy, I'd be lining up to simp for her too. I hear someone gasp. Liu Yuxing is incredibly powerful. His only weakness is right at his chest. Holy crap, I mutter. His waist-to-hip ratio is even more perfect than Lin Wanxing's. Is that even a waist? That's a killing blade, I swear. But then I catch myself. This line of thinking is wrong. I'm not a simp anymore. No, Fang Qingqian is the one staring at me now. What's so interesting about me, I wonder. But his gaze is really weird. I feel like I can't hide anything from him. No way, I think. His whole body has 0 flaws. That's insane. Someone like him probably covers his, but even when climbing stairs, I joke to myself. Ah, he's so handsome. Lin Wanxi really has no taste. If he confessed to me, I'd say yes on the spot. I realize now that strange flicker in his eyes earlier must have been him using his insight talent to observe everything. To maintain it this long, his mental fortitude is naturally strong. He's almost at the level of a first-rank martial artist. What a waste that he died like that in his previous life. The combat test begins now. The teacher announces the rules. Candidates can freely use their martial talents, or they can choose one weapon, according to their needs. Each fight lasts 30 seconds. After the battle, the system scores based on performance. Now, Class 7 student Li Jian, step down for your test. I'm not scared. Not me, he mutters nervously. I'll definitely take him down easy. But seconds later he yells, too strong. Buddy, save me. I think of my sister's blackstocking maze step technique. Bird returns to forest, I recall. Basic spear technique. Iron chain across the river. Wait, that actually works? Someone whispers. Was that Fang Qinshun coaching him? That kid has terrifying reflexes and observation. Student Li Jian passes the combat test. He shouts, Godfather, you're awesome. Please accept half my worship, he adds. I tell him to get lost. Even with my current mastery of several martial arts, I can't stay as calm and effortless as Fang Qinshun. He points and comments like a master. Could it be that his basic martial arts have already surpassed mastery? Now, student Tian Xiaoming, step down for your test. It's my turn, she panics. I'm not good with any weapons, what do I do? That double-headed terror is horrifying. I really don't want to get close to it, she shivers. I note she's making the same choice as in her past life, insight, combined with her school's third-best basic swordsmanship. And a physical score of 1.25, she's much faster than the double-headed terror. If she fights smart, she can kite it to death. Don't come near me, she screams. Ah, it can't catch me, she realizes. Donghua did. Now it's hunting time, she grins. What a shame, she sighs dramatically. I didn't wear my favorite JK stockings, so I could win a test, and win at life too. I'm impressed. Her talent in shooting might even surpass Liu Qinxian and Liu Tianming. In the last life, Liu Tianming didn't master mobile shooting until right before the national exams, and only then applied it in real combat. But this Tian Xiaoming has already figured out on her own the trick to shooting while moving. Right now, B-rank insight talent, seeing through every weakness, is truly impressive. And this is only B-rank. If he could advance his talent to A-rank true master, what would that even look like? I decide to save him first. As for his character, I'll assess it slowly and decide later whether to help him. For now, I just watch. Ding ding, a shining moment. Perfect exit, she announces dramatically. She actually figured out mobile shooting on her own, and observer marvels. That girl is really impressive. Just a bit low on physical stats. Once she joins the elite martial class, I'll train her well. She's definitely top 10 material. Oh no, the electronic collar malfunctioned. Someone shouts. We need to save someone quick. We have to rescue her, I think urgently. The double-headed terror has a bite force of 5 tons. My own physical stat is only 1.32. No way I can pry its jaws open with my bare hands. I need a weapon, I realize. Not fast enough. I'm too slow, I lament. It's all because I'm not strong enough. This is it. I messed up big time, she thinks. Is this the end? What a disappointing fight, she sighs in her mind. Right now, if some handsome guy saved me at the last second, I'd be the heroine of some hot-blooded anime, she muses. Too bad this is the real world. I've never even been in love. It's better to stay cold and aloof, I think. But I can't quite pull off the horse-stepping swallow move. I always believed that those anime scenes where a hero saves a girl were all lies. Yet at my darkest, most despairing moment, he stood before me like stepping on auspicious clouds. And I saw light. Is this just a fantasy before death, I wonder? I snap at her. Are your legs glued to the ground or what? This stupid dinosaur is ridiculously heavy. Get out of here already. She whines. You try holding it up. Sorry, boss, she adds. My legs are numb. Can you? No, I can't, I cut her off. But I really can't walk, she insists. If he carried me on his back right now, that would be the ultimate move. Winning over every girl at school, she imagines. Teacher, do you have a wooden stick? She asks aloud. There's so many classmates around. It's so embarrassing, but it's also exciting, she thinks. It feels like I've stepped into an anime. Wow, the boss is so cool and aloof. And that DJ style is hot, someone whispers. That's terrifying strength. With his physical stats, what technique did he just use to amplify his power like that? Is this what a genius looks like, I wonder? Fang Qingqin's awakened talent, simplified insight, lets him learn techniques across ranks. Does that mean en technique, like the Tianqing blade art? Meteor shooting star, I recall the move. That was too close. We almost had a major accident. If that kid had actually gotten hurt, how would I explain to her parents? The principal worries. Fang Qingshun, you little rascal. Always pulling something new. It's only been 4 days since you awakened your talent, and you've already learned an E-rank technique. Even your father back then, after becoming a first-rank martial artist, didn't cultivate first-rank techniques as fast as you. Kid, I owe you another one, he mutters. You finally made it. Uncle Chun is truly happy for you. It was worth it back then on that bloody battlefield, carrying your dad out of a pile of corpses. You don't know. Your dad had only one breath left. And he was still calling your nickname, he recalls. Principal Shen, im suri, iapulujiza. This accident was my fault. I'll call a meeting at 8 tonight. For all school leaders at grade director level and above. In the conference room. No one is allowed to miss it. Also for test field 7, all homeroom teachers and invigilating safety teachers who are present lose their year-end bonus and evaluation. No promotions or transfers for 5 years. Salary reduced by 3 levels. Vice Principal Huang is exempted. Yes, I'll notify everyone right away, the assistant stammers. The combat tests can't stop. Have those D-rank martial artists like Song Wanli serve as safety officers and ensure absolute safety for the rest of the tests. What? I don't believe my eyes. Just now I was slashing with my knife and couldn't even cut off one scale with the same blade. He killed it in one strike. His burst speed just now was even faster than my full-power maze step. By a lot. Is it a first-rank technique? Someone asks. Is this the power of the simplified insight talent? Why does everyone online call it garbage? They must be jealous. There are too many bad people out there. I tell myself they're all just jealous. Too many haters out there, honestly. I ask Lin Wanxing if she's okay. She whispers to Ting Ting, asking about me. She wonders if I'll come back to pursue her. Ting Ting says she doesn't know. She admits she really doesn't know how to answer that this time. I think I'm hallucinating he didn't die. She murmurs my name, confused. She wonders how I'm standing here. The two-headed crocodile is dead. I ask who killed it. I just ran over. I demand someone explain what happened just now. I want a full explanation. Someone figures Li Dagong kept his cool under pressure. They say he tapped into some hidden potential. They claim he saved Tian Xiaoming. I mutter that the kid actually has some skill. Otherwise, I'd seriously doubt if his dancer rank was bought. I sarcastically note that first-level dancers might as well be paid for certificates. Someone suggests he reacted fast and came down to help. They nod approvingly. They call me a model student, so caring and helpful to my classmates. The teacher asks me if I'm injured. She says if I'm hurt, I should tell her immediately. She promises to send me to the infirmary. She also asks if I was scared just now. She tells me not to be afraid. She insists our school has the best teaching staff. She mentions teacher Li Dagong specifically. She says he's a standout among the faculty. She adds he gets excellent reviews every year. She guarantees he'll keep every student safe. I snicker. Teacher Li's really strong. Huh? I mock how he hesitates when he should act. But when he shouldn't, he goes all out. I call him an exemplary teacher from Linjiang No. 7 Middle School. I quip that his entry was fast, but the students felt nothing. Coach Song speaks up. He says it wasn't him, Teacher Song. He clarifies that Teacher Li didn't save me. He claims Li was probably frozen in fear. He didn't move a toe. He says it was me, Fong Qingchen, when everyone was scared stiff. I alone stepped in with my blade, like a hero. I saved her. He declares I'm the real lifesaver. The teacher apologizes profusely. She admits she was useless. She beats herself up over it. Coach Song notes my amazing on-the-spot reaction. He says it's almost as good as a D-level dancer like him. He adds that even E-level dancer teachers can't match me. He praises my composure under crisis, my unshakable nerve, even when mountains fall. He says that's the hallmark of someone destined for greatness. He commends Principal Chen's foresight. He thinks this terrifying talent has been developing in the shadows. When the citywide exams come, the famous simp from the 5 high schools suddenly explodes onto the scene. With invincible grace, he tramples over number 1's Jiang Wushuang and number 2's Meng Renhao. He imagines the huge commotion that would cause. He says I've done a great service to the school this midterm. He says, you've got it, kid. He reassures me that the school always rewards and punishes fairly. He tells me to wait for Principal Chen's award and bonus. He then teases me about the hero rescuing beauty experience. He notes the girl is pretty cute. He laughs heartily. I tell Teacher Song that helping each other is one of our school mottos. I claim I just did what I had to do. I say it's my duty to restore number 7's glory. I declare it's my obligation. I add that we can't shirk that responsibility. The girl asks if she can add me as a friend. She says I saved her life. She hasn't thanked me yet. She asks if I'm free tonight. She'd like to treat me to dinner. She asks again if she can add me. I tell her no problem. I love making friends. But I decline the dinner. I say I have plans tonight, so maybe another day. The teacher tells the students to calm down. She says to save their energy. They'll need it for the practical test later. Someone shouts that I'm amazing. They note that Qian Xiaoming is the class beauty of Class 18. They say she actively added me and offered dinner. They speculate about her motives. They think her ambitions are huge. They advise me to change clothes and take care of my body. They warn me not to drink too much. Someone complains that they lost again. Li Jian asks what the guy is talking about. He wonders what's so special about having a meal. He asks if she's planning to eat a big feast. He questions why he needs to take care of his body. He asks if it's because he might eat too much. He wonders if my appetite is small. He says when he treats me to dinner tonight, he'll also tell me to eat less. Teacher Li says he can't decide today's matter. He says all punishments will wait until the principal returns. He tells me to pray for good luck. He says he'll take over safety from now on. He tells me to go back first. I snap at him. Can't he read the room? I point at the huge corpse on the ground. I say it's a waste to just leave it for the exam. The school spent tens of thousands buying it. I order him to carry it to the kitchen. I announce that tonight's cafeteria will serve grilled crocodile meat and bone soup, and stir-fried heart meat with peppers. I say it's to reward the hard-working students. I add that they need the nutrition. He agrees and says he'll do it right away. The announcer calls for candidate Fang Qingshun to take the test. Someone exclaims that it's the big shots moment. They say they'll analyze it carefully, in case they find any imperfections in me. They promise to write an analysis report overnight, all in service to the boss. I think to myself, finally my turn. I decide that for a mere two-headed crocodile, I don't need a weapon. I prefer fighting with my bare hands. The teacher announces that given my excellent performance just now, in killing the crocodile and saving the student, I don't need to retake the test. He declares my practical test score a perfect full mark. He calls the next candidate, Lu Qingxian, to prepare. I mutter that old Shun is really stingy. I vow that next time he drinks with my dad, I'll definitely get him a bottle of pure bootleg liquor to wake up his taste buds. But I warn him that pinching teaching funds won't save anything. I tell him straight up, he won't save a single cent, because the Ice Lord won't go easy on him. I recall my past life. What a disaster I was. I mentally urge Lu Qingxian to go all out. I want to see how strong she really is now. I hope she doesn't disappoint me. Someone notices she isn't even taking a weapon. They call her arrogant. They say not using a weapon is like cutting off her own arms. They wonder if she thinks she's strong enough to beat a two-headed crocodile with just her body. They remark that I'm so strong now. They say even killing it requires a fight. They mention teamwork. Lin Wanxing's friend tells her to look at me. She says I'm too cocky. She jokes that you'd think I awakened an SS level talent. She advises Lin Wanxing to play it safe, to try to beat me on kill time. The teacher calls out to Lu Qingxian. He points to the weapon rack. He says she hasn't picked a weapon yet. He warns that the two-headed crocodile is too dangerous. He advises students not to fight empty-handed. He suggests they fight together. She thanks the teacher for the reminder. She says she doesn't need a weapon. The teacher says it's her choice. He tells her not to be scared. He says to fight freely. He assures her he's here. The crocodile won't hurt her. Someone gasps in shock. They ask if their eyes are playing tricks. They wonder if the crocodile is actually scared. They ask where the school found such a cowardly crocodile. They exclaim how strong. Is this an S-level talent? They note that even just awakened, her internal energy already affects the material world. They marvel. So this is the Ice Lord? They realize why she didn't take a weapon. She herself is the sharpest blade of ice. They sigh in admiration. They say they'd love to team up with someone like her to fight monsters. They imagine the Dragon Girl boss, plus me as a little accessory. Even a 3S level beast like the Hellfire Rock could be turned into a pill. They decide they must find a chance to get Lu Qingxian's contact info too. They say since we're all girls, they can invite her to dance cosplay dances together. They think this should help them get close. They giggle mischievously. They're confident that among their wardrobe of Hanfu, Cheongsam, JK uniforms, and Lolita cosplay outfits, there must be something she'd like. They imagine her in a Cheongsam with black stockings. Hee hee. Someone shouts that it's the Death Spiral, the crocodile's ultimate move. They call it a nightmare for many explorers. They notice something in her hand. They can't see it, but hear the sound of a blade. I hear someone swooning over the school beauty's cool new look. They say she looks dangerous, but irresistible. Then someone announces she's about to perform the basic blade technique, draw and slash. But then she just walks off. Huh. Someone yells, awesome. I guess that's what they mean by a real strong person never looks back at the explosion. People point at something in the distance and ask what it is. I realize that must be an S-rank martial talent at work. I wonder out loud if that's the power of the Weapon Lord. They describe it as condensing an invisible weapon and cutting down everything tangible with it. I admit to myself that I lost. Completely and utterly lost. The announcer declares that candidate Lu Qingxian scored full marks on the practical test. I force out a laugh, but it's hollow. I can't believe I lost to her again. It's really demoralizing. I think about how strong she is now. I used my S-rank martial talent at full power, and I still fell short by a hair. I remember our earlier bet and feel foolish. I accuse her of knowing all along that she'd win. I mutter that she's just tricking me. She says being bad is the right kind of bad. Someone tells me that we're both young. They say we should spend more time together. They tell the girl not to worry about her low physical stats. Once she teams up with this guy, they explain, she'll catch up within a month. They compare Jiang Wushuang's dad, Jiang Shuanghe, to themselves, both martial grandmasters. They claim to be on the same level. They say they can compete with the wealth of the miracle Dr. Jiang Nansheng when it comes to resources. Someone mentions using the extra meat from tonight's suffering feast to make big stuffed buns and pies for the suffering county. I say I have a wild idea. Someone says, don't say it. I have the same one. We both chuckle. The announcer says candidate Lin Wanxin scored excellent on the practical test. She declares that if it weren't for my martial talent being better than hers, she, Lin Wanxin, would never have lost to me. She acknowledges that she lost, but she, Lin Wanxin, will never accept defeat. She says that if I win today, I'll keep winning forever in this world. She mentions a miraculous item that can evolve an A-rank talent into an F-rank one. She says she must obtain it. She swears she'll make me regret this. I think to myself that Lin Wanxin sure has a strong competitive drive. I realize I never noticed that in my past life. But it's useless, even if she trains her clone every day. She can never catch up to Lu Qingqian. I remind myself that the massive gap in talent sometimes can't be closed by hard work alone. Someone says, yes, that's exactly right. They describe that cold, aloof demeanor as the perfect look. They beg her to keep it up and never talk to me again. The teacher addresses the students. They congratulate everyone on their great results today. On behalf of the school committee, they announce, tonight, the cafeteria will serve a full banquet. Someone shouts, charge to the cafeteria, everyone. I ask my dad if he's free after tonight's dinner. I say I have some martial arts questions to ask him. I ask if I can chat with him on Green Bubble. Then I turn to the girl and say, and Goddess Lu, I ask if I can add her as a friend. She replies with a soft okay. She adds that she's not a goddess. She says to just call her Lu Qingqing. I cheer internally. Today is the luckiest day of my life. My plan to add friends is a huge success. But I lament that I can't join the Big Shot's dinner party. Someone says that anyone eating with Fong the Big Shot must not be ordinary. They guess that the dinner I mentioned is with Qingqian. I call them clever and ask if she'll ride on the back of my electric scooter. She blushes and says that's so embarrassing. I tease her, asking if she's excited to ride the yellow-haired boy's little e-bike. I say, sis, hop on. I announce that I'm taking her to the Shah County Grand Hotel for braised pork rice. I say, let's go. It's rush hour. I explain that traffic will make us stop and start a lot. I tell her she better hold on tight. She asks where she should hold. There's no handle on the back seat. I say, wherever you want. A bystander gasps at what they see. They can't believe Goddess Lu is sitting on Fong Qingqian's rickety e-scooter. They wonder why she stopped being a simp. They conclude that she now has everything without trying. Someone jealously mutters that it should be theirs. They question their own humanity. They ask themselves repeatedly if they're even human. They're shocked that Lu Qingqian hooked up with me so fast. Someone asks Wanxing if she's not angry. She says there's nothing to see and walks away. Another person remarks on how calm she is. They marvel at her strong mentality. I ask her how it feels to be a spirit little sister. She says it's okay, but asks what a spirit little sister is. I explain it's a girl who follows a hot-headed biker, going hungry for 3 days but still full of spirit. She suddenly asks where we're eating since I invited her. She points out we've been aimlessly driving for 20 minutes. I apologize awkwardly. I suggest we go to KFC. She says her parents took her there when she was little. She remembers it being delicious. She also recalls the fizzy drinks being really good. She asks what's wrong. Don't I like it? I say it's not that I don't like it. It's just fried food. Unhealthy, really. I decide to take her to a Sichuan place instead. I've heard the flavors there are authentic. And it's not expensive. I tell her to hold tight. I say I'm about to speed up. The announcement says Jiang Wushuang's practical test result was 3 seconds. It was almost an instant kill on the mutant two-headed croc. He did it head-on, like a real man. No weak point strikes. The principal notes with satisfaction that Jiang Wushuang has improved again. He's 2 seconds faster than his last exam. The principal wonders if the two-headed croc can even test his true strength anymore. With his current physique and S-rank talent, he estimates Jiang could crush most Tier 1 beasts. He orders the reporting to continue. He wants the results of the students worth watching from the other 5 high schools in Linjiang. He says anyone ranked outside the top 10 of our elite martial class doesn't need to be reported. And anyone with below A-rank talent, also skip. He dismissively says he doesn't want to hear about trash. The secretary says, yes, principal. They report that from number 2 high, Meng Renhao has A-rank martial talent. His physical score is 1.72. His practical test time is 6 seconds. From number 3 high, Zhou Xiao, also A-rank. Physical score 1.68. Practical test time 8 seconds. The principal cuts them off, asking for number 7 high's results. The secretary reports that Wang Hao from number 7 high has A-rank talent. Physical score 1.7. Practical test time 7 seconds. He has 3 basic martial arts at mastery level. Then they report Lu Qingxian from number 7 high. S rank martial talent. Physical score 1.32. Practical test time 8 seconds. She has 4 basic martial arts at mastery level. Someone scoffs at her low physical stats. They point out that's a full 0.4 behind Jiang Wuxuan. They call a huge gap. They speculate that with such a physical score, her family must be very ordinary. She probably can't afford cultivation resources. Even if number 7 high tries to nurture her fully, she still can't match Jiang Wuxuan. After all, Jiang is the son of a martial grandmaster. They doubt she can catch up, not just in the Linjiang City Martial Arts Joint Exam, but even by the time of the National Martial Arts Exam. The room fills with confident laughter. Someone declares that the top spot in this joint exam is already ours, number 1 highs. The principal asks, "What's wrong, Principal Hong?" They wonder if something is off. The principal suddenly explodes, calling them all idiots. He asks if their brains are stuck up their backsides. He tells them to open their dog eyes and look carefully at the big screen. He points out the terrifying martial talent on display. He asks if they really think that's possible with only 1.32 physical stats. Looking just at destructive power, he says she's only slightly weaker than Jiang Wuxuan. He marvels at how strong the weapon lord talent is. He warns that if this girl's physical stats were higher, she could actually threaten Jiang Wuxuan. He confirms that the rumors are true. Even among S-rank talents, there are gaps, and the weapon lord talent is the absolute top tier. He curses that such a genius landed in number 7 high's hands. He asks if there's anything else. If not, the meeting is dismissed. The secretary says there's one more thing. They mention the student with the rules-based A-rank talent, the one named Easy, Fang Qingxian. They report that this afternoon, at number 7 high's back mountain shooting range, he defeated Lu Tianming, ranked 10th in the elite martial class. They also mention an unconfirmed rumor. Apparently, during the practical test, just looking at the destructive power alone, even if she's weaker than Jiang Wuxuan, it's by a very slim margin. Is the Ice Sovereign talent really that strong? If this girl could just boost her physical stats a bit higher, she might actually pose a threat to Jiang Wuxuan. So the rumors are true after all. Even among S-rank talents, there are levels. And the Ice Sovereign talent, that's the absolute top tier of S-rank abilities. Damn it. How did Qizhong get so lucky as to land a super genius like this? Someone mutters, clearly bitter about Qizhong hitting the jackpot. The principal asks if there's anything else to discuss. If not, he says, this meeting is adjourned. But the principal speaks up, there's one more thing. It's about the student with a rule-based A-rank talent, the one named Jianni, and also about Fang Qingxian. Apparently, this afternoon at the number 7 middle school back mountain shooting range, I defeated Lu Tianming, ranked 10th in the martial elite class. And there's another piece of news, though they're not sure if it's accurate. Something else happened that might be significant, all to save classmate, from over 20 meters away. And with just a single strike, I one-shot a double-headed terror crocodile. People start muttering, that deadbeat simp, Fang Qingxian. They ask if there's any live footage. The principal says there's video of me beating Lu Tianming, but nothing of the crocodile kill. Now rumors are flying online. They're calling me some kind of twisted mouth dragon, or saying the 3-year deadline has arrived. They're spinning it like crazy. It almost gives me a heart attack, but someone dismisses it as a shoddy trick. They say practicing 8 extremes fist isn't exactly rare. Then they ask what my physical and martial scores are. The answer comes back, physical score 1.42, and mastery level in all 9 basic martial arts. Someone checks if the source is reliable. The answer is absolutely loyal. The teacher who's the spy apparently comes from a poor family. I hear they give him 10,000 yuan per message for spit money. Laughter follows. They think it's all a show. They insist it's just a performance meant for us. Someone scoffs that physical score 1.42 can't beat Lu Tianming, who's over 1.5. They swear they'd eat a pound of something if it's true. Another mutters that this is really shameless. They bring up Chen Guozhong, saying something about the king not seeing. They think the king is using me to confuse him, but he says it won't fool him. Principal Chen speaks up. He says he's already passed the message to first high as instructed. He thanks Shaoli for the hard work, then offers 50,000 yuan. He asks if that's enough for his mother's surgery. Someone named Hong Wen speaks. He says I probably don't know who's backing him. He brags that this little spy trick might fool others, but not a group of war gods who were scout soldiers. He calls for the boss of the guard, orders an extra spicy pot base, 5 plates of antelope meat, 5 plates of tripe, tells them to pour it generously, warns not to shortchange on portions. The waiter or someone replies, brother, what are you saying? They assure me it can't happen. I add an order of frozen tofu and a plate of seasonal vegetables for the hot pot, then some vermicelli, sugar garlic, and chive flowers. I ask for everything plus 2 glasses of orange juice. I glance around and ask how the place looks. Comment that it's spacious with good air, and the ingredients are clean and hygienic. Someone agrees that it's fine. They say they're not picky. Suddenly, a woman coos about how handsome the young man is. She says she really likes him. and the girl looks so pure. She declares they're a perfect match. Lu Qingqian says she's been waiting for me. She asks what I'm waiting for. I tell her to open her stomach and eat. She mutters that no guy tells a girl to open her stomach like that. I say if it tastes good, just eat more. Then she calls my name, Fang Qingqian. She reminds me there's only 7 days until my sword duel with Lu Tianming. She says she knows I have great comprehension, and that my martial arts progress is fast. But 7 days is still too short, she worries. She offers to tutor me if I don't mind. I exclaim that she's offering to give me extra lessons. I say great, it's settled then. I assure her I won't let her teach for free. She agrees, it's settled. I tell Lu Qingqian that I know her situation. I say not to worry, heaven favors the good. I add that all these years of working part-time, carrying the family's burden, she's the real hero of her family. I say her parents' illness will surely heal soon. I raise my glass and say no more words. I clink and say down it goes. She stammers a thank you. We clink glasses. I sigh, thinking what a shame it wasn't in that day. She lets out an ah. She says thanks again. After my rebirth, I only had 2 thoughts in my head. 1. Make up for all the regrets of my past life, and step onto the true peak of martial arts, to fight against world-ending beast tides. The other, find the woman who came to rescue me on the day I fell, when death was almost certain. She still came to save me, given the battle conditions back then. Anyone who could appear there and fight alongside me had to have at least A-rank martial talent, and be at least an 8-star martial saint. In the later stages of my past life, only Lin Mangxing and Lu Qingqing reached that level, but unfortunately, neither had a cross-shaped scar on their palm. I suddenly ask what's wrong with my hand. She asks if it's strange. I say it's nothing, I just like looking at girls' hands. She teases back, asking about white feet then. I say they're also exquisite. Ming Ming appears and announces she's crashing the meal. She asks if we mind. She crows that she's caught me, Dalong. I say since she's here, one more pair of chopsticks won't hurt. I ask how she ended up here. She calls out to her mom to add tableware for table 3. I notice she's wearing the JK uniform that girls at school always mention. I think it looks really good on her. I wonder if I could wear one too. Probably expensive, I guess. Ming Ming asks Qingqian how the hot pot at her place tastes. She asks if it's delicious. Qingqian says yes, it's sweet. Ming Ming tells her to call her Ming Ming. Qingqian tries it. Ming Ming. She says this is the best hot pot she's ever had. Ming Ming then calls me Big Boss and says I must be a foodie since I'm a rich second gen. She asks me to give a review. I say if it's good, just eat more. She laughs and declares tonight I'm on her turf. She threatens that no one's leaving horizontally. She says neither of us is getting away. She tells her parents to stop working for a bit. She announces that her life-saving hero is eating at their place. Her mom says what a handsome young man, adds that his aura is top-notch. She says he looks even more like a rich young master than the ones on TV. She asks if I'm Fang Qingqian, the one who saved her daughter. I greet them politely as uncle and auntie. I say my name is Fang Qingqian. She tells her husband to hurry to the kitchen, to cook a few special dishes for Qingqian and his classmate. She tells me to wait a moment. Her husband says he'll whip up a few dishes. He says it'll be ready soon. He promises we'll have a few drinks later, man to man. He says I'm really handsome, claims I have the charm of his younger self. I say he's too modest. I tell them to eat first. I offer to help prepare ingredients. Ming Ming realizes that Qingqian will be tutoring me in swordsmanship for the next few days. She laments what a shame, wonders why such a good thing can't happen to her. She worries that after a few days without seeing her Dalong, he might forget about her, a mere extra. She decides she can't let that happen. She needs to think of a plan. She blurts out that her swordsmanship isn't bad either. Admits that right now she's not as strong as Lu Tianming. But that's because her physical stats aren't enough. She claims she'd definitely beat him at equal stats. She adds that her martial talent lets her see weaknesses and flaws. During my intensive training, she says she can help spot what I'm missing and fix any mistakes. She begs, so Big Boss, please, can I join you guys? I think to myself that Ming Ming is pretty decent. She's grateful for kindness and wants to repay it. She also wants to help me improve my swordsmanship. Qingqian considers that if Ming Ming can help, the results would be much better than her teaching me alone. But she wonders if I'd be willing. I say yes, I'm willing. She protests that she hasn't even said it yet. I insist my answer is always I'm willing. But I realize there are some things I can't just agree to. Too reckless, I think. I can't just say, I'm willing to everything. It's not just about teaching me swordsmanship. I want to form a team. Ming Ming eagerly repeats, willing, willing, willing. She says I'm her lifesaver. As long as I ask, no matter what, she's willing. I echo no matter what with a smirk. I say, Ming Ming, welcome to the team. We clink glasses, but then I wonder where we'll train swordsmanship tomorrow. Ming Ming says no need to discuss. She declares that tomorrow, both of you come to my place. She says yes, 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 like she's trying to fill a bingo card with enthusiasm. Fang Qingshun, you're my lifesaver, she declares, practically glowing. She adds that if I just ask, she's game for anything. No matter what it is, she insists. She's willing. Absolutely, completely willing. She repeats herself, just to drive the point home. I welcome Ming Ming to the team, telling her she's in. We clink glasses, but then she wonders where we'll practice swordsmanship tomorrow. I cut off the discussion, not giving her time to argue. I tell them both, tomorrow, we're training at my place. I suggest we just train sword techniques at my place. My house is pretty spacious. Actually, too bad my parents back home. And my sister. Haven't had food this good in a long time. Uncle and Annie have incredible cooking skills. I haven't even had my fill yet. It'd be such a waste to throw away this whole table of food. Waste is the ultimate sin, after all. Let's pack it up. Take it home for a midnight snack. Hey, Lu Qingxian, you haven't had enough either, right? Pack's gonna take home too. Ah, the Haotian family is just unlucky. They gave birth to such a beautiful girl. And she's a great student too. But then Hu Chun set his sights on her. An arm can't twist a thigh, they say. I heard Hu Chin's dad is in charge of commerce and industry. And he has connections with city councilors. With that kind of big shot, how can us common folks afford to provoke him? One word from him, and old Tion's little shop gets shut down. His whole family would have nothing to eat. What do we do? I ask her if she feels like she's got an S-rank talent, but her martial arts training is completely useless. That she wants to protect people, but lacks the power. She wants to help others. But in the end, she can't even help herself. Fists are always the most direct way to solve problems. And if you find they don't work, there's only one explanation. Your fists just aren't strong enough yet. If you were a martial arts grandmaster right now, or even a martial saint or martial god, would anyone still dare to bully Ming Ming? She asks me what to do. I tell her that if there's a way to rapidly boost her physique, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't turn it down like she did my breakfast. She says she believes me, but she points out that I'm right about a lot. But my own fists aren't big enough either right now. I admit my fists aren't that big yet. No problem. I forgot to mention earlier. Besides making my own fists bigger, there's an even simple method. She asked what method. I just need my dad's fist to be big enough. Hu Chun swaggers in and says, what a coincidence. He claims Ming Ming isn't here. Says she just wants to see a classmate off. Then he starts ranting about food safety issues. The owner insists all ingredients are fresh. That it's definitely green food, sourced from. Hu Chun cuts him off, saying it's not up to him to decide what's green. He asks if it's been inspected, if there's any paperwork. He declares it probably isn't green food at all. He demands to see Tian Xiaomin, tells him to come out. Then he orders the little shop to shut down. He lets out a wow, oh wow, when he sees the girl. Comments that she's even dressed up nice. He says, come on, bro will take you to sing karaoke. I ask myself why I'm so weak. Because I can't move my heart at all. I can't even move my own destiny. He was like that facing Sandra this afternoon. And he's the same way facing us now. I shout that I want to get stronger. That I really want to get stronger. I warn him that if he wants to keep his hand, he'd better stop reaching forward. I muse that if there's a god in this world, it must be Oblivion Water. My personal god. He screams, you dare touch me? He yells at his goons to finish me off. Fang Qingshun, he snarls, what do you think you're doing? He asks if I even know who his dad is. He stammers, he's. Then shouts again, do you have any idea who my dad is? He threatens that I'd better believe it. I say his dad will definitely regret it later. Regret not having splashed him against the wall back in the day. I ask him what all the barking is about. Someone whispers that he's so manly. Another says they really like Fang Xingchen. Hu Chen swears this isn't over between us. He says if you cross me and Lu Tianming, not even Chen Guorong can protect you. He adds, and that goes for Tian Xiaoming too. He shouts at me to wait right there. A bystander claps me on the back and says, nice hit, bro. Says trash like that deserves a good beating. He points out what a nice girl she is. Almost got taken away and bullied by that scumbag. The show's over, I announce. Everyone should disperse. Mingming's mom thanks me for helping again. But then she sighs, she says I was too impulsive. That Hu Chen's father is a big official in the city. She knows my family has money. But money isn't the same as power. She says she can just close her little stall, not take any more of their crap. But I actually hit him, so his family won't let this slide. I tell her, instead of worrying about that, she should focus on tomorrow's sword technique speedrun plan. That's the real priority. Everything else is small stuff. She mutters that since I say so, there must be a reason. She decides to just stick close to me. She asks, isn't Hu Chin's dad a really big official? Aren't I afraid? And also, what did I mean earlier by my dad's fist being big? She wonders if he's a really powerful martial artist. I tell her my dad is a martial god, so of course I'm not afraid of those officials. I ask her, pretty awesome, right? She huffs that Brother Chun is tricking me again. She says Daxia doesn't have any martial god with the surname Fong. She tells her friend, my desk mate really is different. Qingqian thanks me for walking her home. She shyly asks if I don't mind. Would I like to come up to her place? Just for a glass of water, she adds. I say sure, I can do that. Her little sister yells, sis, what big feast did you have? Asks why she's back so late. She complains her stomach is starving. And she spots me and squeals, ooh, handsome guy, sis. She asks when I started dating. And then I'm already bringing someone home. She teases, wow, that's way too fast. Qingqian tells her, Xiao Yin, don't talk nonsense. She explains that I'm her desk mate, the one she told her about. She asks, Lu Qinglian, weren't you going to come eat with us? She asks why she didn't show up. Then scolds, aren't you asleep yet? What are you staring at? She repeats, why aren't you sleeping? What's there to look at? Qingqian stammers an excuse about the roads being complicated around here. She says she was afraid I might get lost riding my bike. Her sister snickers that I look plenty steady on the bike. She teases that Qingqian is the one who'll get lost. Qingqian yells, you little brat, it's been a few days since I cleaned your clock, huh? His sister giggles, haha, ticklish, don't touch me. She begs, sister, I'm sorry. Qingqian just laughs and says she's growing up. Meanwhile, Hu Chun is whining to young Master Lu. He says I'm way too arrogant, that I don't show them any respect at all. He claims that when I hit him, I even insulted Lu's father, and curse him out badly too. He insists this revenge has to be taken. Then he mentions Tian Xiaoming, leering, saying just wait until she falls into his hands. He snorts. He declares, young Master Lu, I can't swallow this anger. He begs for help getting revenge. He demands that I get thoroughly humiliated in a few days. Lu admits he can't beat me in a fight, but he swears he'll make my family go bankrupt. He mutters about me, Fong Qingshun. He says he used his family connections to investigate my family background, and all the results came back the same. Just an ordinary rich kid family. My mother runs some small business. He scoffs that with that kind of background, I dare to mess with him. He calls me a reckless hothead, but he feels like he's missing something. Hu Chun tells Lu, I'm warning you now. He'll handle Fong Qingshun himself, and I'll handle the family. He tells Lu not to interfere. Lu agrees, saying he won't step in. He cedes my family to Hu Chen's handling. He says, with your dad making a move. In 7 days, that'll be more than enough to give his family a hard time. He promises that on field combat day, he'll shave my head bald. To vent their anger, Hu Chen tells him to just wait and see. He wonders darkly, that Fong kid can't possibly be Fong Wuxing's son, can he? He compares me to Jiang Wushuang from Number 1 High, the son of an 8-star martial arts grandmaster, whose physical fitness is already insanely off the charts. They say I'm Fong Wuxing's son. They wonder how strong that must make me. Probably strong enough to crush me with one finger, they figure. They decide Fong Qingshan absolutely couldn't be that. A car that's never taken a girl for a joyride, I think, is just a soulless piece of scrap metal. I picked this one. Yesterday, he said, today 2 schoolgirls are coming over to hang out. I never expected he'd drive to pick them up himself. My mom coos that the kids finally wised up. She says this is more like it. This is how you should chase a girl. She says she'll have to check out her son's taste in a bit. I tell her I've already reheated the food. She and dad should eat plenty. I'm heading out to tutor a classmate. Don't wait for me for lunch. She mutters that wrapping it up makes it look ugly, but she can't keep binding it anymore. My sister tells me to go on my date and not come back too early. She'll take care of mom and dad, and she cheers me on. I say he's so calm about it. She wonders if he thinks her clothes are too plain. I say her name, Lu Qingxian. She asks me to call her Qingxian. I agree. Okay, Qingxian. She asks why suddenly. She points at this. She tells me to begin. She says teacher Huang told her not to interfere. She hesitates, thinking maybe she should. She backtracks. No, she means it's too big. She mutters that it's too square. I tell her this outfit looks very graceful. Her figure is great too. She has absolutely nothing to be insecure about. If anyone should be insecure, it's the other girls. I bet her that when we pick up Tian Xiaoming, her first words will be, wow. She'll say, Qingxian, what kind of goddess figure is this? Qingxian doesn't believe me. Tian Xiaoming greets me. Boss, what a sweet ride. She says good morning to Qingxian. Then she exclaims, holy moly. She blurts out that Qingxian's is way bigger. She asks what kind of goddess body Qingxian has. She says she absolutely loves it. If she were a man, she'd sell everything she owns to marry Qingxian. She says Qingxian hit it so well before. She demands a hug. I welcome them, two beautiful maidens. Welcome to my home. They call me a liar and ask what I tricked them about. They say I claim my dad was just an ordinary dancer, and my mom was a company accountant. They say I lied about everything. Tian Xiaoming calls my mom Boss Annie. She jokes that my mom must have embezzled a lot as an accountant. I say pretty much. She grins and says fortunes change. 30 years east, 30 years west. The wheel turns. Today, it's finally her turn to latch onto a rich patron. I declare that a virtuous girl like her will be blessed. She tells Qin Xian to come on. No need to be polite. They're both rich now. I formally welcome Lu Qinxian and Tian Xiaoming to the Fong residence. My mom tells them not to be so formal. She says she's not used to it. I noticed that in school uniforms, you couldn't tell. But Tian Xiaoming's waist-to-hip ratio is also stunning. Not far off from Lu Qingxian's. Most importantly, she really knows how to dress. My mom thinks I should spend more time with Lu Qingxian and help her out too. Tian Xiaoming asks if this is where I sleep. She wonders how I manage such a big room alone. She asks if I can even clean it. Qingxian feels embarrassed after seeing so many maids. She figures I probably don't have to clean my own room. But still, she wonders if I'll find it strange. Being surrounded by so many pretty girls today, having all these beautiful maids. Tian Xiaoming jokes that if I'm not drained, it's a success. She asks why I'd ever be a simp before. She decides I have to keep an eye on him. Can't let anything affect my combat power. My mom thinks the girls are beautiful. She says her son's got good taste. Not a bit worse than his dad back in the day. The girls think Fong Qingxian's mom is really pretty. She looks so young. So elegant. Qingxian feels nervous meeting my mom on her first visit. She's really tense. She wonders what to say. She introduces herself. Hello, Annie. She says her name is Lu Qingxian. She's my desk mate. Tian Xiaoming says hello too. She says she's Tian Xiaoming and that she's my lifesaver. Then she corrects herself. She says Fong Qingxian was saved by her. No, wait. My mom says she's heard about them from me. She says I mentioned my desk mate is pretty, talented, and good at managing the house. She says she wondered at the time if such an amazing girl even existed anymore. She admits that the brat wasn't lying after all. She says it's wonderful. Qingxian thanks her for the compliment. She says she's not as good as I made her out to be. She asked if I really said all that about her. She feels shy, but it feels really good. My mom winks at me. She's done her part as support. The rest is up to me. She tells the girls to treat this place like home. No need to be nervous or formal. She says she knows about Qingxian's situation for me. My son is kind-hearted. She says, always been warm. He helps old ladies cross the street every week. It's no coincidence he saved her. There's fate in it. She calls me over. Tian Xiaoming whispers that my mom is amazing. She insists I must have been lying. Just the aura my mom gives off. Could she really be an accountant? I tell them to stop messing around. We still have archery practice. I ask if breakfast is ready in the kitchen. I am starving. Qingxian and Xiaoming haven't eaten either. My mom slaps her forehead. She blames herself. She was just so happy. She forgot they hadn't eaten. She tells me to take Qingxian and Xiaoming to the dining room. Don't starve the two little darlings. She says she's already eaten, so she won't join. She tells them to treat this like home. Don't act like strangers. If they need anything, just tell me. And if I dare bully them, she says to tell her. She'll break my dog legs. My mom says she knows. I don't need to worry about this. She tells me to just have fun with Qingxian and Xiaoming. At home, she promises that no one in Linjiang City can touch a single hair on Xiaoming's family. Anyone who tries dies. Tian Xiaoming is overwhelmed. The boss is too good to her. Annie Tang is too good to her too. She feels like crying. She cheers. Accountant Tang is mighty. I agree. That's right. Someone calls Linjiang City Vice Chairman Qianzhong. He says all the major martial high schools in Linjiang City are about to start off-campus training. These kids are the pride of Linjiang City, the future defenders of the city against alien beasts. So, according to the city chairman's instructions, the city bureau must do its utmost to ensure every student's safety. He adds that some colleagues recently, someone asks Vice Chairman Qian whose call it is. Is it Chairman Deng? Vice Chairman Qian snaps that it's not Chairman Deng's call. He shouts enough. He orders the person out, didn't he tell them? Except for the chairman's calls. Everyone else waits until the meeting ends. If they can't understand, get someone who can. He calls for his secretary. He says he doesn't care who it is. Whatever they want. He's in a meeting right now. Come to his office after. The voice on the phone says, Qianzhong, it's only been a few years. From a small councilman to vice chairman. Your skills haven't improved, but your temper sure has. The voice asks if he's sure he wants her to come see him. Vice Chairman Qian asks who it is. He repeats Miss Tang. Which Miss Tang? Tang Bingyun, the eldest daughter of the Tang group. He laughs nervously, says he was just scolding Xiao Lu. I realize she must have called ahead to let them know I was coming, and I scold them for not coming to notify me sooner. They had to wait outside instead, right until the meeting was over. I promised to give them a serious talking to for their negligence. Vice Chairman Qian laughs nervously, trying to brush it off. I mentioned I've heard about a big shot in the city council, named who runs industry and commerce. But apparently, he's anything but friendly when it comes to getting things done. Vice Chairman Qian insists those are just rumors, baseless gossip. He asked me not to go shutting down people's livelihoods over unsubstantiated talk. He calls it hearsay. I raise an eyebrow. That's what you call baseless gossip. I point out that the business environment in Linjiang City doesn't look too promising. I threaten to reconsider the Tang Group's investments here. Vice Chairman Qian quickly changes his tune. He reminds me that besides being deputy director, he's also a son of the people, a guardian of the people. He assures me he'll personally investigate and deal with any bad apples, all to restore Linjiang's good business climate. He promises a bright, clean future. He demands Wu then come see him immediately, right now. But his secretary reports that Chairman Qian's office phone goes unanswered. He's probably not there. His personal line is also silent. Someone mentions that director who is out on a typical case inspection today. He personally led a team to the North City Snack Street for a surprise check. They left over half an hour ago. They should be there by now. He orders a car to be prepared immediately and to pull up the route map of their official vehicle. I stare at my lavish breakfast like I've just discovered a treasure chest. I take a bite and it blows my mind. I complain that it makes my usual meals feel like pig slop. Ian knows I'm food. Qin Qian gives me a pointed look. She asks if all my breakfasts before this were just not filling enough. I nod. I admit the portions were kind of small. I tease her that explains her, impressive development. I pull out some Life Essence bottles. I tell them not to be shy, 1 bottle each. I explain the food was a bit dry, so this will help wash it down. I down mine first as an example. I warn them not to leave a drop. Qin Qian hesitates, thanking me, but saying it's too precious. She says she can't repay such a gift. Tian Xiaoming, on the other hand, is ecstatic. She cheers that she's finally made it. Real, authentic Life Essence. She declares she needs to stick with the big shot. 18 gourmet meals every 3 days. She figures she's already part of my crew anyway. Might as well drink up now. She reasons that my family's rich enough. These 3 bottles are nothing to us. She jokes about the floor tiles here possibly being paved with gold. She downs her bottle in one go. Now all eyes are on Qin Qian, who's still holding back. I ask her what's wrong. Is the Life Essence too spicy going down? Or does she think she can catch up to me without any cultivation resources? I remind her that her S-rank martial talent isn't everything. Without resources backing her up, the gap between us will only widen. I ask if she wants to be the one dragging our team down. She mutters to herself that she can't let Xiaoming outshine her. She figures she already owes me so much anyway. She decides to pay me back slowly over time. She finally gives in, stammering that she'll drink it. She promises to repay me once she becomes a real martial artist and earns money. I ask her how her strength feels after drinking it. She admits the physical boost is amazing. I suggest we go practice archery now. She says she's bursting with energy and feels like she's about to explode. I formally address the 2 teachers before us, asking for their guidance. I tell them to show me their real skills. I laugh and mention they probably don't want to get completely crushed by Lu Tianming. Tian Xiaoming volunteers to go first to throw out a brick to attract Jade. She admits I'm better at swordsmanship than her. She asks me to correct her if she makes mistakes. I comment that my sword technique is now polished enough to reach the mastery level. We start with drawing the bow. I tell myself to watch Xiaoming's form closely. I decide to film it so I won't forget. She nods, agreeing. She reminds me to find a good angle. I assure her I'm a professional photographer now. I'm stunned to realize Tian Xiaoming's archery and swordsmanship concepts align perfectly with the legendary Southwest sword god. She's only a 19-year-old girl, with her martial talent and her terrifying ability to see weaknesses in everything. Once she fully matures, an enemy who can pierce your weakest spot from 30 miles away with 1 sword strike. How terrifying would that be? I think about how unfairly gifted she is, and how in my past life, she died so easily. I call out to Qin Qian, saying it's her turn now. I tell her she's not really suited for using a bow. I mention that the ancient Amazon warriors had to use special methods to shoot comfortably. I hint that binding isn't an option. Aunt Tang insists her restaurant's food safety is absolutely guaranteed. She says they clean everything multiple times a day. The inspectors snap at her for daring to resist law enforcement. They threaten to call their friends in the security bureau to arrest everyone. She stammers back that she's not resisting at all, but she begs them not to falsely accuse her. She lists all their licenses: business, safety, health, food hygiene. She reminds them that their previous inspection passed with flying colors. The inspector grunts dismissively. He sneers that passing before doesn't mean they're still good now. He points at the messy kitchen, questioning food safety. Then he brings up the violent incident at her stall last night. He declares its lawlessness. He announces he's here on behalf of the market administration to shut down shady merchants. He orders his team to inspect everything thoroughly. He demands they collect evidence of overnight vegetables and reuse cooking oil, just so no one can claim he's being unfair. He mutters under his breath that anyone who dares hit his son won't get away. He vows to destroy them today, or his name isn't who. He declares no one's getting away. Aunt Tang panics, asking her husband what they're going to do. If their stall gets shut down, how will they survive? She realizes their daughter Xiaoming is about to start college. She wonders if the inspectors are here because of last night's incident. Her husband finally explodes. He roars that they're just here to bully Xiaoming and her friends. He spits that they're just looking for an excuse to shut them down. He swears he'd rather work construction and carry bricks than take their abuse. He screams in frustration. The bystanders mutter that heaven is blind. They say he's too impulsive. Now he's really screwed his business for good. They note he's too weak for construction work anyway. They decide that he's just unlucky. The inspector who roars back, calling them audacious. He accuses them of resisting law enforcement and assaulting an officer. He claims there's both witness and physical evidence. He threatens to throw them both in jail. Then he points at me, saying I must be the one who hit his son, Hu-chin, last night too. He warns me that I'm not getting away either. Neither is that little brat Fong Qingchun who hit his son. He says the security bureau will be here any minute. Captain Jean finally arrives, who greets him like a savior. He tells the captain how they were just carrying out a routine inspection, and the suspects resisted, even attacked them. He claims if they'd been any later, who knows what these criminals would have done next. He paints a picture of total lawlessness and demands immediate action. The captain listens, stone-faced. I can see the gears turning in his head. He's about to make a decision that will change everything. I hold my breath, waiting for the fallout. This is getting messier by the second, and I have a sinking feeling it's about to get worse. The crowd buzzes with tension. Aunt Tang is trembling, tears in her eyes. Her husband stands defiant, fists clenched. I glance at Xiaoming, who's gone pale. This is way beyond a simple inspection now. It's personal, and who's using his badge to settle scores. I wonder how far he's willing to take this. The answer comes fast as more officers swarm in. This is not going to end well for someone, and I have a bad feeling I know who's targeting. I straighten my back, ready for whatever comes next. If you want to fight, he's going to get one. But I need to be smart about this. No more rash moves like in my last life. I take a slow breath and assess the situation. There has to be a way out of this mess. I just have to find a right angle, and maybe a little luck won't hurt. Xiaoming grabs my sleeve, whispering nervously. She asks what we're supposed to do now. I tell her to stay calm, and trust me, this isn't over yet. Not by a long shot. I have a plan forming in my mind. It's risky, but it might just work. If I can buy some time, someone important might show up. I glance at the street, hoping for a miracle. And then I hear it. A car engine roaring closer. I can't help but smirk. Maybe luck is on my side after all. The cavalry might be here. I just have to hold on a little longer. Whose face twists with smug satisfaction. He thinks he's already won, but he has no idea what's about to hit him. I keep my expression neutral. Let him enjoy his moment of victory. It won't last long. The new arrivals step out of the car, and I recognize the face immediately. This is going to be interesting. I'll watch whose confidence begin to crack. He senses something's off, but it's too late to back down now. The power dynamics are about to shift, and I'm ready for the show. And there's more. Last night, my son got his teeth knocked out by them. He says, "What? That's outrageous," someone exclaims. "Is it no law anymore? Cuff him and take him away," the Hu guy orders. No matter what, the stall owner's wife mutters. I've got to call my daughter first, so she doesn't worry when she comes home and can't find us. And please, don't let this drag Fong Xingchen's family into it. Oh, still thinking about calling someone, are we? Everyone here is with us. He sneers. Who exactly are you planning to call? Save your breath. Don't bother pulling strings. Whether you're in the right or not, resisting law enforcement is enough to convict you. Go take his phone away. Sir, the man stammers. I'm not calling anyone. I just want to call my daughter. Otherwise, when she comes back and can't find us, she'll panic. Please be kind. Let me tell her what's happening. Just a few words, okay? Fine, go ahead then, the officer relents. You got 3 minutes. Thank you, sir, the man says gratefully. Director Hu, someone else pipes up. You're saying your son was beaten here last night? I remember, Hu-chun. Isn't he in the elite martial arts class at number 7 high? His combat scores must be pretty good, right? A few ordinary guys jumping him. Shouldn't stand a chance. That cook couldn't have done alone, Director Hu says. He's just an accomplice. The real one who hit my son is someone else. Let's grab him first, then go after the mastermind. My son knows him. He's a student in the same grade, same school. He can't run far. What's his name? I'll pull up the file now. My son says the guy who hit him is called Fong Qingchen. What's wrong? Captain Jean, Director Hu asks. Captain Jin's expression shifts. You're saying the guy who sparred with your son is Fong Qingchen? From number 7, same grade as your son? Awakened his talent recently? Finished finals? Tall? Good looking? I don't know about his looks, Hu says, flustered, but all that other stuff matches. Is there a problem? Oh, and it wasn't a spar. He adds, it was an assault. He hit my son. Oh, isn't this my dear dad? A girl's voice chirps on the phone. What does your beautiful daughter need? Ming Ming? Having fun at Fong Xingchen's place? Don't just play around, though. Her father says, really teach them archery properly. By the way, your mom and I have to run some errands. We'll be back in a few days. You can stay at Grandma's for a while. Okay, got it. Ming Ming says. Then she whispers, Uncle and Aunt are on the phone too. Don't tell me they're scared I'll be bullied at my place. Uncle Andy, how are you? Wherever you want to go, just go. Ming Ming says cheerfully. I'll take care of Ming Ming. Don't you worry about a thing. Ah, isn't that Captain Jean behind you? Very dedicated, I see. Leading the charge personally again? Who are you here to arrest this time? Huh? What the hell do you think you're doing? Can't you see a citizen is on the phone with his daughter? All that training about attitude and compassion and warm enforcement, did it just fly out of your heads? Everyone's writing a self-criticism when we get back. I think Mom's acting really weird. All right, who exactly is this big shot Captain Jean? A guardian of the people, apparently. Thank you, sir, the stall owner says, relieved. The video call ends. Rely on us now, Captain Jean says firmly. Why aren't you arresting him yet, Captain Jean? Who demands? Director Who, watch your tone. We're the Security Bureau, guardians of the people, not tools for individuals or specific leaders to abuse their power. Well said. Some bystander cheers. Heaven help us. You must seek justice for the people. I swear they're innocent. Don't wrong a good man. Relax. I, Jean Liang, have always enforced the law impartially. I don't bow to power. I'll give him justice. Jean Liang, what's your game? What's wrong with you? Are you arresting him or not? If you're not going to play along, I'll call your director right now. Call our director? He'd be crazy to pick up right now. You, my friend, are finished. Brother Tion, you run a food stall here? Why didn't you say so earlier? But I pass by here anyway now. From now on, the squad's late-night meals. All right here. Don't mind us dropping by. Oh, of course. Jean Liang. So this is how you play it? Where's Director Who? Even a former vice chairman has shown up personally. If Fong Xingqian isn't Fong Wuxing's son, I'll eat every single avocado pit on the ground. A bystander mutters. Good thing I'm clever and didn't offend that couple. Otherwise, I'd have been screwed by that idiot Who. Damn, I want to see how he gets out of this. When the time comes, I'm definitely kicking him while he's down. What's the matter? One of Chin's men barks. There are civilians everywhere. What are you waiting for? What are you afraid of? Are you trying to separate us from the crowd? Get out of my way. Well said, Vice Chairman Qian. A voice in the crowd calls out. Our local officials are true servants of the people. Vice Chairman Qian has come to seek justice for the Tian family. He, Vice Chairman Qian, who says, his voice dripping with false deference. What brings you here? Just a minor dispute. Almost handled. I'll report to you shortly. Damn, this is seriously cursed. Who mutters under his breath? What's wrong with everyone today? Hello, I am Qian Zhong, Vice Chairman of Linjiang City. Vice Chairman Qian, sir? The stall owner and his wife exclaim. We're innocent. That director, Who, our great and righteous judge. Please, you must speak for us. My wife and I have run this business honestly. Never done what Director Who claims. Vice Chairman Qian, don't listen to their lies. Who cuts in? These two are no angels. Just now, they tried to assault officers. Be careful around them. He warns. Try to, What happened just now? Vice Chairman Qian asks, ignoring him. And why is the security team here? What's the purpose? Reporting, Vice Chairman Qian. Captain Jean salutes. I am here to protect the sacred and inviolable right of the people's property and to stop illegal elements from carrying out malicious acts against the public. Just now, Director Who tried to seal Tian's food stall without any evidence. Mr. Tian was merely exercising his right to lawful self-defense. The bystanders can all testify. Captain Jean is right. A few people shout. That Who guy started it. Brother Tian is innocent. That's right. Another adds. Brother Tian and his wife have been running their business cleanly for years. There's no food safety issue at all. Yesterday, it was that cocky kid who harassed the Tian girl first. And then some young guy taught him a lesson. Hu-chin, look what you've done. Whose face goes pale. This isn't right. It shouldn't be like this. Where did I go wrong? He mutters. Could be him? No, impossible. I checked his background last night. Just a regular secondhand house. A property company boss. I was going to seal that place later. What's going on? Could it be that all the information I found on Fong Qingqian is fake? Is Fong Qingqian actually Fong Wuchin's son? He panics. But I heard Fong Wuchin's son goes to the top martial high school in the capital. It can't be. They must have bribed Vice Chairman Qian. Vice Chairman Qian, I. Hunan, Vice Chairman Qian says coldly. These files are records of the corruption, bribery, and malicious assault cases you and your men have committed over the years. They've got evidence of bribery and malicious injury. They'll be taken away at dawn. Someone confirms the orders. The squad moves in to make the arrest. A laugh escapes me. Another one follows. They address him as Brother Who. He asks if Hu-chin wants to cuff himself or be cuffed. Hu-chin mutters that the kid has connections. He counters that he has connections too. The officer tells him he's not allowed to call anyone. A scoff. He orders the phone picked up and sealed. He says there might be evidence of crimes inside. No hood for him, he adds. This kind of rotten apple, he declares, deserves to be seen by the public. He also instructs them to make a record. All of Tian's diner's losses today will be paid by Who. Aunt Tian exclaims, calling him a righteous magistrate. She and her husband start to bow. He stops them, saying it's his duty. The one they should really thank isn't him. He only did what he was supposed to do. The real helper is someone else. He suggests they thank her as if their daughter had returned. Thank her, he says. He tells them they raised a wonderful daughter. Enviable even. Hu Chun protests, calling him Battalion Commander Chun. He begs not to be treated this way. He claims he bled for the Lin family. He demands to call Lu Iran. He insists it's his right. He points out that Tian got to make a call. They can't deny him, he argues. The officer tells him to shut up. Aunt Tian murmurs that they must have met a benefactor. The former chairman told them to ask Meng Meng. Uncle Tian wonders if their daughter found someone. He's impressed. He wants a video call her. Aunt Tian stops him. She says their daughter is having fun at Chinchin's place. Don't disturb her, she scolds. She calls him clueless. She tells her daughter they owe Chinchin too much. The Tian family must repay this debt, especially her. Uncle Tian grins, saying today was amazing. Chairman Qian and Captain Jean back them. Captain Jean even promised to bring people to eat. He boasts that no one will mess with their diner now. He insists on telling Meng Meng tonight. He pulls out his phone to message her, tell her to come home early. Aunt Tian snaps at him, saying he only knows how to text. Their daughter is having a good time. Why rush her? She argues. Uncle Tian mutters that it's her first time at a boy's house. Staying too late isn't ideal. Aunt Tian challenges him. Doesn't he trust Chinchin's character? She asks. He admits he does. He's fine with Chinchin, but he recalls, back when he visited her family, she didn't say the same. She tells him to go clean up. Chinchin speaks up, call my name. She says I made great progress today. No need for more, she adds. Training can stop here. She stammers, saying she's sweaty. Her skin feels sticky. She's uncomfortable. She asks if she can shower at my place. Meng Meng chimes in, saying she's sweaty too. She asks me to show them the bathroom. She and Qian want to wash up. A big bathtub would be even better, she adds. No jeans tomorrow, she declares. Too hot. I tell them my bathroom is pretty big, not just for two. Even 3 people would fit fine. Meng Meng jokes that my abacus beads are flying her face. A sigh of comfort. Qian marvels that someone as rich as me lives here. My bathroom alone is bigger than her whole house, decorated like a palace. So grand, she says. She notices the water smells fresh. She jokes about wanting to drink it. Meng Meng compliments Qian's body and her skin. She says Qian is more developed than her. Qian returns the compliment. She says Meng Meng's body is just as good. Qian admits she doesn't like being too big, but Meng Meng says guys love it. If she were a guy, she'd simp for Qian. Qian asks if guys really like that. Meng Meng teases her. Qian's face is red. She tries to look. Qian giggles and resists. I tell my mom she's been sitting across from me for ages. Don't look at me like that. I'm scared. She teases me. I'm getting flustered, she says. She calls me son. She says she never knew I was so good at pursuing. Girls who want sword training? What kind of sword master? She says my dad can't find one. I had to find him myself. Having Qian and Meng Meng teach me is progress. She tells me she really likes those 2 girls. Way better than that Lin Wanqing. My taste is improving, she says. I protest, saying she's talking nonsense. We're just classmates. She questions that. She and my dad are classmates too. She tells me Principal Huang messaged her today. My martial arts grades have skyrocketed. 8 basic martial arts at mastery level. I might beat my dad's record. Become a top student. Is that true, she asks. Since she's asking, I decide to come clean. I'm actually a reincarnated war god. Back to save Daxia. She tells me to speak human language. I insist I'm serious, but she doesn't believe me, so I have to make something up. I claim I've been training all along. I ask her, does she know about the student who slacks off during the day? Doesn't study, reads novels, fools around, but at night, hides in his room and studies until dawn. Then aces the exams. She gets it. I confirm that's me. In the novel I read, the protagonist showed off like that. She calls me a brat, saying I had it easy. Does she know what she went through, she asks. My dad, with all his pride, she trails off. She orders me to win every award at school. Not a single one can be missed. Bring home all the honors. Give her full emotional value, she demands. I promise to complete the mission. I mention I haven't talked to Dad in days. What treasure did he dig up from the ruins? Should be coming home soon. I was hoping he'd bring back beads for my bracelet. She says I'm still thinking about that. No luck. Someone else wants to use them as walnuts to roll. That thing is pitch black. Who would want that junk, she scoffs. The real news, she says, is that Dad's excavation made a breakthrough. And apparently, it's my fault. While chatting with Dad this morning, she told him about my grades. Hearing his son was doing well, about to surpass him, he got excited and released his chi, accidentally collapsed a mural, revealing a hidden space beneath the ruins. Inside was a complete ancient city, breathtakingly beautiful, like a mirage. In my previous life, they never found it. They finished digging and came home. The city was buried forever, never opened. And Lin Wanqing's changed attitude? Could it be? This life, like a butterfly's wing, is starting to stir unpredictable changes. For now, they're minor, but someday they'll become a tidal wave. No matter what changes come, I have to power up now. Be ready for anything. My mom tells me not to rush. The nation has sent more people, including my dad's master, the 3-star war god, Dubu. With him leading the team, I figure it'll take at most 3 more months. They'll completely finish excavating that ancient city. And then, I can finally go home. All right, don't worry, someone says. Your classmates are already here. They tell me to go hang out with the other 2. I wonder what kind of treasures that ancient city, one I never saw in my past life, might hold. Too bad Grandpa Hua is personally overseeing it. With him there, my little bro's hands are basically tied. Chan, Ming, it's getting late. He says he'll send them back now. Any later, and they might think I've kidnapped their girls. That's exactly what you're thinking, isn't it? I mutter to myself. Great. Another ride in the big shot sports car. Ching cheers. She says my driving is too fast. She didn't get enough of it this morning. Big shot. Rain or shine. I'll be waiting tomorrow morning. She adds a bye-bye. See you tonight, with a wink. Fang Qingshun asks me where I want to go for university after the national exams. Longxi University, I answer, is one of the 4 top martial arts academies in Daxia. Thanks to my dad Fang Jinhai's rock-solid connections and my own koi luck talent, I got in on special recruitment last time. There's a treasure there, something like a divine talent stone. I failed to claim it in my past life. This time, I swear I'll get it. Most of my old knowledge is wasted, but I still remember a lot. Longxi University? She says she's heard good things online. But everyone says Shenzhou University is the best of the 4, and its scholarships are the highest in the country. My parents really want me to go there. No worries, I tell her. All 4 are in the capital anyway. Even if we're not at the same school, we'll still be close. We can keep in touch anytime. She thanks me for today's hospitality and says she's happy. But starting tomorrow, our classes get intense. You'd better be ready. Bring it on. I grin. Oh, and the clothes from your place are really comfortable. She says she'll wash them tonight and bring them back tomorrow. Shenzhou University, same choice as her past life, I note. It should be in the next couple of days that she receives her early admission letter. Hey, Mom and Dad. I call out when I get home. Didn't you say you were going out for a few days and I'd stay at Grandma's? Now you text me this afternoon saying it's off and to come home. You 2 change your minds way too fast. I was kind of looking forward to seeing Grandma. My mom chuckles. Hey, Ming, did you see Fang Qingxin's parents today? Yeah, I saw them, she replies. The house is huge. His family owns a whole hill in the southern district. And his mom is gorgeous and so elegant. I ask why they aren't eating. Oh, right, the trip fell through. What happened? Sweetie, I was lying to you, Dad says. Your mother and I never planned to go anywhere. I tease them for finding me annoying now. So much for a daughter being a cozy little jacket. You 2 are the real lovers, and I'm just the third wheel. Is that so? I smirk. Should I just crawl under the table now? Ming, around noon today, Dad says seriously. Hu Chen's father brought people to seal our front gate. He even called the security bureau to arrest me. Mom sighs. That's why your dad made up the story, so you wouldn't worry if you couldn't find us. I gasp. Mom, Dad, is this our last meal before you go to prison and start making clothes on a sewing machine? Because I really don't want to wear jail-made clothes. Mom snaps at Dad. You old fool. Look how scared you made her. And she gives him a glare. It was your lousy idea, she adds. Hey, Ming, don't cry. Mom says softly. Don't listen to your dad's nonsense. We're fine now. Just a little joke. Dad defends himself. You always tell your teammates in games to check if their families are still home. They didn't get mad either. They even called you Mommy. Mom, you know our family situation, I say. The highest official we know is just an unranked security guard. Today, someone important helped us behind the scenes to keep you 2 out of jail. Her voice wavers. Your father and I are wondering if it was Qingqin's parents. Did the big shots save our family again? I whisper. We owe him so much. A debt we can't repay in a lifetime. Aunt Tang, I murmur, thinking of the cost. How much did they have to bribe the vice chairman? Even selling me wouldn't cover it. Yes, Aunt Tang sighs heavily. They did us an enormous favor, even got the vice chairman involved. How do we ever repay this kindness? Mom, Dad, take your time thinking, I say, and head to my room. The big shot is just too good to me. I spot something on my desk. What's this? Sun Essence, something that strengthens the spirit, has been sneaked in for me. Hey sis, you spent the whole day at his place, and even changed clothes? My brother teases. This fabric is nice, feels really soft. Smells good too. Did you take a shower? He asked with a smirk. Come clean, what did you 2 do? My sister looks mortified. What's wrong with her? I overhear. Did that guy bully her? Someone, probably Hu Chun, makes a phone call. Vice Chairman Qian personally arrested him, by name. And Chairman Deng doesn't even know about it. Hu Chun, oh Hu Chun, who the hell did you piss off? They wonder if the Tang family is trying to control the silver zombie in Clearwater Lake. No reason for that. The Tang family's business network spans the whole Jiangnan province. What use is a mere Linjiang city administrator? Unless Fong Qingxian is Fong Wuxing's son, playing the White Knight. Ridiculous, someone scoffs. Qingxian, you jinx, they shout. I'm going to crush you. When our girl's gaming, she's always on the mic telling her teammates to go check on their families. She never gets mad at them for it either. They even call her mom back. No one's offended. Yeah, they just roll with it. Mom, you know her family's background. The biggest official we know is an unranked security guard. No real power, just a badge. Someone with serious pull helped us today. That's the only reason Mom and Dad aren't in jail. Your dad, and I keep wondering, could it be Qingxian's parents? Another big shot saved our family. We owe them so much. A debt we can never repay in this lifetime. Ontang, how much did they have to bribe the vice chairman? Even selling me off wouldn't cover it. Saya, they did us an enormous favor. Even got the vice chairman involved. How do we ever repay this kindness? You guys keep thinking. I'm heading to my room. I slip out before the conversation gets heavier. That big shot is way too good to me. Wait, what's this? Sun Essence. A rare cultivation treasure that strengthens the soul. The big shot had it sneaked in somehow. Sis says, whoa, you spent the whole day at her place. And you even changed clothes. Hee, this fabric's pretty nice. Feels so soft. Smells good too. Did you take a shower over there? Come clean, sis. What did you two do? I wonder what's wrong with her. Did she get bullied or something? Someone mentions the divine beast dragon serpent. They say a call was made. Vice Chairman Qian personally arrested Hu Chun. And Chairman Deng doesn't even know about it. Hu Chun. Who exactly did you piss off? They wonder if the Tang family wants to control the silver zombie in Clearwater Lake. No, that doesn't make sense. The Tangs have business all over Jiangnan province. Produce. Controlling some minor Linjiang commissioner. What's the point? Unless Fong Qingxian is Fong Wuxing's son. Pulling some hero-rescuing beauty scheme. That's ridiculous. Qingxian, you jinx. This is all your fault. I'm going to mess you up good.